and I'll play it, but
Do you
I
have
can't get back to
Xbox
the
Game
graphics.
Pass? Do you have Game Pass? Xbox Game? Oh, if you did, that's free on Game Pass.
I would be scared if they remade that game because I don't like the
No.
I
They
don't-
should do a remaster, not a remake.
exactly.
Remaster,
I don't like the combat of the newer ones. They're not.
The
they're too
original one
easy.
was a lot more
It's just real time with pause.
Yep.
I can never get into Dragon Age. None
It
of
is
them.
very fun.
Speaking
Mass
of real
Effect?
time and getting into things, I've
Yeah,
been
Mass
recording this,
Effect,
so
but-
we're live.
Oh shit!
I
This is
missed the
never
best
get
part
to
of
an
it.
indie game.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Mass
I
Effect,
might
yeah, I'll-
cut that.
I buy that like 6 times a year, so
Okay. Yep.
That's fair.
mostly for tally.
Speaking of 6 times and year, we have officially hit 6 months of Rolling 20s being recorded.
Anniversary.
The first episode went up in April at some point, but whatever, we recorded it on the 24th of March, and we have hit 6 months. So
Feel that long.
kudos. It doesn't.
to
Uh,
our
guys make it
almost 100 subscribers on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
we
to
are over that
combined
combined
total.
right now. No,
Are
it's
we?
over that. Yeah, we're at like I don't
Ooh.
know, 130ish.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, we're getting there. But yeah, you all here, you fine people in this digital room with me. I don't know what's wrong with you that you've subject yourself to this torture for so long, but I'm glad you have. And
Thank you.
I'm just here for
Yeah.
Milo.
yeah, of course, we all are. Actually, is what brings the whole group together. The
Yep.
still nameless group.
Yep.
Yep.
6 months to no name. I love it. It's so good.
Oh my god, yeah, we still don't have a name.
It's fine. I mean, at this point, you've been fine. You just have to introduce yourselves individually to everyone you meet, and I'm just gonna
That's actually
keep
just our
making that
group
happen.
name.
Yeah.
It's just each
Maybe
of our
it
names
is.
individually.
Yeah, just in a different order each
Acronym.
time.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
yeah, let's focus. That was a little bit of chaos. We were talking about hot dogs and corn dogs before this, for way too long. It got very heated, and
Wasn't long enough.
it ended up involving religious prejudice and cults and parking lot sushi. So it was good, and yeah, it was
What
wild.
you're
But
telling me is this could be our next one
Alone,
shot.
shit gets really, really weird.
yes, what I'm saying is, thanks for watching the Rolling 20s. It's over. We're actually running a corn dog themed campaign now. And
Starring Chaos.
yes,
Damn.
and you already have a group name. It's the Corn Dogs. So there you go.
Ooh.
And it's non-negotiable.
It's
anyone
actually
fights
just
it,
a
they-
campaign set in Kalis's stomach. And we're just all fighting to the death against all these other
Osmosis
spirits that are-
Jones.
yeah.
Just-
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Stay in his
all right.
stomach the longest.
We'll talk about that later because I love that idea. Christ. Whew. All right. Let's actually do what we're here to do, including myself.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? I don't know. But to get there, let's recap what we did last time.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Okay. There you are, standing in
No,
line
no.
outside the. There'll be a smartass with me. It's my job. What happened last time? After a somber round of goodbyes with Tinny, you found yourselves faced with a new potential job from the illustrious and handsome and totally baller Adrian, who, after spending the evening with Zentha and her inability to stop gossiping, learned that your goals for being in the city lined up eerily well. Thank you, Blair. He works under Erithus as a seeker. He's essentially sort of a private investigator who goes and finds relics of old to bring them back to the Order so they can determine if they are worth keeping around or destroying.
Andy
What was that? What'd you say, Danny?
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. Yes, good. Very true. And he told you all that he specifically is looking for a coin that was made by maybe the Spider Queen. And the last time one of these was maybe encountered, maybe the God of Law herself had to maybe go to Wildmount and do some stuff about that. So maybe it's sort of a big deal, maybe. And then he was also like, here's this chest of money I can pay you. And everyone was like, oh, that's fine. We're already going to this museum anyway, so fuck it. And then you all went to do some shopping. And that was fine. There were no setbacks. No one irresponsibly lost a list of things they spent hours
Santa
compiling
lost
a
the
few
list.
months ago. And everyone got everything they were looking for, and it was good. And as that was wrapping up, Zentha sent a message to Derek asking where he was, and arrived a few minutes later with a package. And the package so happened to be your adorable new tiefling friend. And Kalis was sadly, dismally eating a hot dog, staring into the void. That is his life now. And suddenly Zentha shows up and interrupts what is the start of what definitely needs to be the canonized dad bod arc of Kalis that we've discussed. We've discussed in detail last night in Discord. But Zentha takes him down to the docks and proceeds to threaten to remove all of his bones if he hurts Tinny, and doling out the obligatory motherly interview. And Kalis is kind of, I would say, stunned and borderline speechless for a lot of this. And has no time to process this before he is whisked away back to the group via teleportation, and he subsequently vomits on the street, and then sees Tinny. And then Zentha leaves very quickly.
Let's just be very clear. He saw Tinny and then vomited.
No.
Yes.
He would never. He would never.
Blair, you've been voted off the island. There is a hit squad going to your location right now.
I'll just pay him off. That's what Adrian would
No.
do.
You, not Adrian. um, but the
You know what
nightlife
you
of
did,
Scarleton then bloomed around you, and you found yourself swept up in the joyous mini games and prizes, food and drink, some thievery, some nets, some Milo getting dunked into a bucket trying to pull a prank, Valfar creating an improv jazz band and flying through the streets, and then beating Milo in a duel and winning
Val
a
in the
paintball
teeth.
pistol, which, by the way, is in your inventory along with your ammo. And let's see, what else?
Derek played all his games fair and
My
square.
God, wow, yeah. it
Derek
is.
did. Derek won because Val tried to cheat for Quilly and got Quilly disqualified from Mantis fighting. And
Shame
then
on you,
Milo,
Val.
Milo stole his apology and did the swaggiest thing we've seen aside from
Greatest
Adrian's intro.
interception.
Beautiful, beautiful. And a lot of other shit happened. Go watch the episode. It's fun. Tinny has a bunch of stuffed animals and stuff now, and Kalis was a badass and like absolutely crushed everything he did, so that's cool. But as Kalis and Tinny's middle school local fair date comes to an end, you all find yourselves gathered outside the exhibition of time to see the unfortunate sight of a very, very long line of people spilling out the front door and a sign declaring that at midnight, the new exhibit will be unveiled. Also, there's a 25 gold entry fee for opening night, because come on.
Per person?
And what?
Per
Oh,
person?
it doesn't specify, but one would imagine. Scarleton, come on, man. Everything's way too expensive here, but that is where we will begin tonight's events. Realm of Exandria, on the continent of Isilra, in Derek's favorite city, Scarleton, outside the museum, the Exhibition of Time, at roughly 11:30 in the PM on the 4th of Thunshire. And there you all are. Tinny is holding a giant owlbear and a tiny crocheted doll of herself. Kalis has one of himself as a pirate. And some of you have various other things, and the money has been changing hands. Milo might still be covered in paint at this moment. I don't know. Maybe
And
Val as
celery
well.
stew.
What was that?
And celery stew.
Yes, yes.
All right, so Val immediately goes over to Mikey. Have you learned your lesson about trying to steal from me, lad?
Deal? Whatever do you mean?
I cast prestidigitation on him to remove the paint. You're lucky we need you tonight.
You notice there's this big bruise on his head, like right on his forehead, that wasn't there last time you saw him.
What was the name of the inn that you were saying at?
The Velvet Star.
Dope.
Adrian, you said that we need something that's in the basement, you believe?
Well, it could
That's
be
where
the
the-
basement. I mean, I didn't expect the second floor to be open by now, so it could be on the second floor, but I doubt it. As far as I
think-
understand it, he looks to auction the coin off, not display
you-
it.
Do you truly believe that it would be easier for us if we go in now when nobody else is in there, or better for the confusion?
Well, what's the alternative? Oh,
With everybody in there, there's a lot of confusion. We can slip into the crowd.
I think it'd be
But
best to go in and just scope the place out before we make a decision.
First
And I
step is
will
just getting
say-
inside.
There's about half an hour until it actually opens, and there's so many people here that they kind of have to control the flow of people going in. So there's already like the first group that is all paid and like checked in and just waiting, and they're in the lobby right now. And it's kind of just everyone else waiting in line after that. So you don't know how long it might be until your position in the queue would be.
Would there be any
Allowed in.
like pictures of the owner, like up and about, just like portraits or something like that? Just because this is Scarleton, people are.
He's
On the
door.
outside, no. However, he is actually by the front
Yeah.
door right now. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll describe him again. He is at the front door right now. He's too far away for you to hear, but he's easy to see. He's a 6'4", just big, rotund, beefy dragonborn who is green. And he's wearing this bright yellow and purple robe that just has a bunch of like eyes and patches all over it. Not real eyes, like the image of them. And he. Adrian definitely recognizes this. He looks more like he's in pain when he smiles, so he looks really awkward talking to people, and he's very animated, and there's all these big motions and stuff, and like you feel like he's probably pretty loud just from looking at him, but you don't hear anything he's saying, but he's very much in show mode, it seems. And
We can
people
get
in the
him-
line nearby are very excitedly like trying to figure out. Again, there's the word gods just thrown up on all the signs, but there's like no details of what's inside, and people are speculating on what it might be and throwing out all sorts of crazy theories. And there's one drunk lady who's very dismissive of
Can
it all,
I-
but is still in line.
Can I do a history check to see if I know like what the ruling council or whatever rules this city like looks like, or has heard, like just from whispers, a pirate of the pirate, just through the pirate grapevine.
Yeah, so let me open my document real quick. Give me one with advantage, and this is going to be a fairly low DC, and I'll explain why afterward.
That was a natural 20, so I
Yeah,
can roll again
well,
if you
as you're
want.
thinking this, you look up and you see a billboard of Jax Boris, one of the family members of the Boris family who is in charge, and you have all seen various depictions of them around. Their faces are very, very known here. What
looking
exactly
for-
are you hoping to recall about them?
I want to know if there's one that dresses like how they act, like their mannerisms. Just I want to see if I can
Oh,
if I can imitate it enough. I want to.
Looking
That's
at-
why I got.
Jax specifically, so they're all dwarfs. It's a dwarven family. You would know that there is a marquee in place, but she's not really. She's kind of just a figurehead. Everyone sort of knows that, and the Boris family runs everything. You haven't personally encountered any of them. However, just looking at the billboard and from what you've heard, you know that they're all kind of snobby, rich, not necessarily that competent seeming. It's kind of like they were old money and now like they're just in charge because they have the money and no one really likes that.
Perfect.
Yeah, and Jax specifically, he just has this like Like, I'm better than you, and I'm probably racist to anyone who's not a dwarf. Just look to him. He looks like a real fucking shithead.
Sounds like daddy's money kind of guy.
Oh, yes, the whole family is a daddy's money kind of guy. Yeah.
All right then. Well, if we're gonna get into there, and we have our friend over there, we know that he's here, so it wouldn't be prudent to disguise myself as him. I can disguise myself, and I point to the billboard as him.
Well, that's not.
Important looking.
Someone
It's not a-
important looking, someone who would immediately be given access to just about everything.
Well, we don't know exactly that, but
They
it's not
run
about-
this city.
Sure, but why would he be given access to the basement?
He would be given access to the inside before everybody
Yeah.
else.
Well,
And we also have a very sneaky person. I look at Milo, who can scope out said places that we don't.
yeah, one potentially minor hiccup that might arise. And I'll kind of look around. Is he in the crowd already?
Oh, Jax?
Yeah.
Sure, give me a
Is he-
perception check.
Can I give
My
him the
mom
health
walks
action?
in, brother.
Can we give him the can I give him the health action?
Are you?
I'll let you roll separately. What'd you get, Kalis?
14.
14?
You said perception?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that was a 13, but I have a +7 to perception because I mastered that. So that's a dirty 20.
Cool. Don't see him.
No.
He wouldn't really stand out here very much, to be honest, but you don't see him.
Well, my problem with the plan is that he might actually be here if this little meeting of the aristocracy and the elites would come to this museum. But if he's not here, I guess it's good to go.
Adrian, give me an Arcana check, please.
19.
Taking a better look at his robe and everything about it, you recognize that this is what is known as a robe of eyes, and his seems to be heavily altered, and it would not surprise you if this man can see through most illusions automatically with this. And you've been inside and you've seen that. He doesn't seem to be super powerful by any means, but he does have some little arcane flair about him. So he's got to know something, and that robe looks like it might foil that plan.
All right. The plan is kill him so I can wear it. No, I'm just joking.
Well, I can change it without illusion, but it's only for 10 minutes.
Well, problem is he is wearing clothing that's going to see right through your illusion, Falafar. So as long as the owner's standing at the door, that plan's not going to work.
Yeah, you would also know that standard robe of eyes lets you see anything invisible and literally into the ethereal plane if you want to.
But what if he wasn't standing at the door?
But I can also just change you physically.
You can turn me into a dwarf for 10 minutes because that's...
Yeah, like Kalis knows. I turned him into
Oh, tell me,
like,
nobody
when
has
we
the
were in
idea to
caves.
just give them 10 platinum just to let us in before everybody else. No, me? I'm the only one that has to spend money here.
I was about to say we have a
Do you
We have a
see,
rich
do you see
patron
this
here.
this jacket that I show? Like, it's got patches in it. Do I look like I have 10 platinum to give
Oh,
away?
I knew you were poor the
has
moment you walked
spending.
into my suite. That's not the question here.
I mean, if you believe
Fucking
that money can
brutal,
solve
man.
all of your problems. I mean, worth a shot.
I mean,
Did
we're
I
in,
answer?
we're in Skeleton. I
Getting
think
in-
money can solve most of our problems here.
Exactly. Getting in's not the problem, okay? I think getting out is going to be our problem. So, I say we just pay our way in 10 platinum. I'll give him 10 platinum. Let us in. And from there, scout it out.
Agreed.
Very well then.
Right.
That will be enough. If it's 25 each.
It's 25 gold to get in,
25
and then
gold
we
each,
bribe
yeah.
them 10 platinum on top of that. Are we doing that each?
Oh.
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
10 platinum for everybody should be fine. It's a little bit more.
Are you suggesting you pay?
Yeah. What's 10 platinum to me?
Uh,
Am I the only person here who has money?
I'm sorry, but yes.
Yes.
Oh, well.
The way I understand it,
gives
all of
income.
theirs was taken by a giant blonde oaf.
Most.
Wait, only I called him off. How did you how did you come across that?
You write a lot in that diary of yours.
Don't be a bit. Oh, you son of a bastard. Okay. Well,
Who's the leader of this group, anyways?
we don't really have one.
Oh, well.
More of a
Listen, I
democracy.
hired you guys. I mean, you guys know your skill set best. I'll pay for our way in. I'm assuming the owner has an office.
Mhm.
Head to the office, see what information we can gather up, and then try and get into the basement.
Should
Seems
we?
like a good plan.
Are we doing this all together, or should we split?
How
Big
capable
group
is your
might
group?
draw some eyes.
I don't
Wait.
think we should all go into the office, no.
Oh, well, I mean, we can just send 1 or 2 people in there.
I will say, Adrian, you haven't seen anything that. Sorry, I just heard the train and it made me. The music sounded so weird with it. I thought I was going insane for a second. Jesus
Yes.
Christ. Adrian, you haven't seen anything that obviously stood out to you as being some kind of an office for him. You don't know if that's, maybe a basement level thing or hidden somewhere. But you haven't seen
On the first floor. Yeah.
that. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So 1 or 2 people go to the office, and the others just scope out while we wait.
Well, let's get in there. Let's
Get
hit the
inside.
2nd floor, see what's going on up there.
So probably 20 platinum because there's 7 of us. That's already more than 100 gold.
Okay. Then I'll give him 30 just to expedite us through that line, huh?
Sounds good.
Right. Lead the way, money man.
All right.
As I do, I cast minor illusion on myself to just to make it look like I have these bright blue and gold, like it looks like a naval uniform almost, with like badges that basically, if you look really close to them, instead of words on them, they're just squiggly lines.
Before we go in there, though, exit strategy. Once we have what we need and get out, where should
I
we?
can cast darkness to just create a way that no one can see us as we leave.
Not my point. The point is, we all need a mutual rendezvous.
Yeah.
I would
We can
assume
always-
the inn,
Yeah, we can always go at the end.
Okay.
Velvet
but
Star.
I think we should scatter.
Velvet
Take
Star is a
different routes.
little bit of a walk from here. Probably like 40 minutes on foot.
I mean, Derek, you're most familiar with this place. It would be closer.
We don't want a place that's
What would
closer.
True.
I'd say
Suppose the-
probably the farther away, the better.
Yeah. Most of the time I was here, I was mostly in the trade district. I rarely had reason to come up here.
Well, let's make it the Velvet Star, huh? I mean, yeah, it's not that close, but once we get out into the streets, it's going to be harder for guards to chase us, in
Yeah.
theory.
And
Get
Valafar can
lost in the
just
crowd.
set up another musical.
I can
That's true.
definitely do that. That's actually
Oh.
95% of my escape plan actually.
Shit.
On the note of guards, Adrian would definitely know that there isn't a dedicated guard here. The power structure is kind of flimsy and weird here. There's a lot of sort of pirate mercenary groups who will all kind of separately work toward that sort of thing. There's not like one dedicated guard though, but what that means is you don't know who to look out for. They don't wear a uniform a lot of the time, and sometimes you might not actually know if the person claiming to be enforcing the law even really is. So it
Shit.
can be a messy thing here for sure.
Okay.
Again,
I'll relay that one.
built off piracy.
Adrian, we have a slight bit of a problem, however.
What?
You did say that he could see through most illusions,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll tap on my circlet.
What is it?
I have a problem here.
Mutation in there.
Remove the circlet real quick. What do you got?
I'll kind
What are you hiding?
of like turn away and then I'll remove the circlet.
Jesus!
Adrian, that is 100% the Eye of Grumsh marked on his forehead, bleeding.
We had a bad run-in with a really bad
Yeah,
guy.
remember when I told you how like a lot of us died kind of recently?
No, you didn't tell me that.
Valafar spits on the floor, rubs his chest, turns around 3 times.
And I'll put it
Okay.
back on.
So let me get this straight. A supposed paladin of Bahamut is running around outside Vasselheim with the mark of Groomsh on his forehead.
This wasn't exactly planned. I hope you know. I was marked as a consequence, as like a punishment, I guess.
Because he gave him the bird.
Yeah, I kind of gave Grumsh the little finger.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I think he definitely paid you back.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah, you're hideous with that thing.
Well, tell me about it.
He's not.
Oh, thanks, Tinny. But yeah, I am.
Maybe do you
So
still got your band that you were using before?
I just put that over under the headband.
Do you know what I could also do? I could also just put on my hood, just lower enough so my forehead is covered. Might not exactly do much for the blood that's, incrementally spilling from the wound. So
What does everybody look like? Like are they dirty and dusty from the road?
Everyone meaning the group or everyone around?
The group, I mean.
I mean, it's not necessarily a dirty, dusty place. Like Tourstown is actually weirdly clean.
Well, I mean like armor and stuff. Like they've been through some stuff.
You look like you've used your gear. That's for sure.
So prestidigitation, everyone has shiny clothes again, like clean,
It's
shiny.
clean clothes.
Okay. I don't know if we're gonna get through the door with that mark on your head. I don't know how the owner's gonna react to seeing that.
that's exactly what I mean by I'll just cover it with my hood.
Just walk in
What the-
Because
backwards.
he can't
Put the owls there on
exactly
your
see
head.
through a hood unless he has X-ray vision.
Would anybody like to
Jesus
actually
Christ, Melody. Sorry, I
Would
love
any-
that. I don't know if anyone else caught it, but it's so
I
good.
didn't catch it.
So what if I just put the owl bear on your head?
It is Scarlet. It is Scarleton.
Yeah, theoretically it could work.
Which we could look for another way in just before we head to the front.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the
just
pace the
about-
line is moving, you guys probably got well over an hour till you're even at the front door right now.
If I change your appearance, do you think the mark will still be there? Like, visibly?
I would imagine so.
I have no clue how powerful this curse is, so I can't tell you exactly. You can
Yeah,
always
You know,
I
try.
would
honestly,
say-
it'd be a good idea just to try it because an ASMR in heavy plate is, a little bit concerning to some circles.
Okay, well, teeny, and I'll get my owl over. What do you want to look like?
How about make me into your dream man?
No.
You
No,
motherfucker!
I'm done. Good night.
Shit, why haven't I changed? I'm kidding. I don't
We
know.
can we have a moment of silence after that one.
I had to.
You know, his
Kalis, as you
build,
go to
his
speak, you are
stature.
suddenly overwhelmed by the scent of celery off in the distance.
Oh,
just
I thought you were
wafting
gonna-
over.
I thought you were gonna be like Grumsh enters your consciousness
That
and
just
was
shows
so
up,
bad,
cuts you in
yeah.
half.
He's like, that was
Crawls
so
out
lame,
of your
man.
forehead.
Come on. Yeah.
His build, his stature. Why don't we make him a half orc?
I guess.
Better than an ASMR in this town.
You can barely tell I'm an ASMR.
Uh-huh.
It's not that obvious.
Let's just roll with half orc, huh?
8-Ball has determined that is a lie.
Fuck.
Okay.
You're in a
Okay,
place
I
of
guess.
mostly Goliaths, dwarves, and gnomes. Okay, yeah, you all stand out here. Well, the
So,
tieflings
I
also,
gu-
but yeah.
I guess half orc is the.
That way, if they still see the mark on your forehead, it's not as weird.
I guess that's true.
Teeny will tap you and turn you into half orc visage and see if the mark is still present.
And take the circlet off, huh?
You're right. I'll take it off.
Is it still there?
It's
mark is not
basically alter self.
However, after about 10 seconds, blood just appears and runs down his face.
Getting up to me.
Yeah, if it's just blood.
Yeah.
Say I popped a blood vessel.
Yeah, that works. I mean, you can still put the circlet on if you want, but I mean, if all he's gonna see underneath that illusion is blood, fuck it. Who cares? What say you have a condition, huh?
For safety.
Picked up some weird ass disease at sea. Yeah, Valfar, you've seen shit like this, right? Before.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. No comment.
Josh, you there?
I'm
You
just
hear us?
absorbing the moment. I'm just absorbing the moment.
Okay, there was a
Okay.
question directly
There
aimed
was-
at you.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear for a second then. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Oh, it's just like you've seen conditions where people just bleed out of their forehead at sea before, right? We just say you got it out at sea.
Oh yeah, this is forehead scurvy. Horrible disease.
There we go. Yeah, I don't believe anything in this fucking town.
Alright, scurvy. Okay.
It could be worse.
How long
I
does that
guess
last?
I'll-
Could have foot scurvy.
I don't want to hear about it.
The only disease I know.
And how long would this last on him?
Well, this only goes for 10 minutes, so if we want to go, we might want
Oh,
to go
fuck.
now.
Okay.
Let's
well,
go.
let's
I
just
can
go.
always do it again, but I can only do it so many times.
Yeah, no. Let's not waste it. Let's get in there.
Let's go.
Okay, so you decide to exit the queue and march your way up in front of
Yep.
a couple hundred people to the front door.
Yep.
Jeez.
It's look
Okay.
important.
Sure.
Still hugging my owl
Is it the owner that we're seeing?
He is still at the front door, and as you get up, he's just, "Welcome one, welcome all to the exhibition of time, relics of times past. Flash us back to before the war when the realm was primal and raw and untamed. To when all of the gods walked freely among its surface." And there's a whole crowd of people who are just like trying to like look in the front door of the lobby to see if they can catch anything. And this is a big ass man. And he does not notice you. He's too busy doing his thing. He's like actively like spinning in circles, just gesturing like a fucking lunatic. And I'd say you're like 20, 30 feet out right now.
Okay, I'm just gonna-
I use thaumaturgy to cast my voice in the opposite direction of where I am. What you got inside, mister?
Does not remotely care. There's so many people out here talking. Yeah.
Worth a shot.
Yep. He does not notice, and he just continues on with his thing right now.
The spiel.
My friend, I'll give you 35 platinum right now to let us in.
Give me a persuasion check.
Guidance.
We'd be like a hype crew.
I'll take that guidance, yeah.
Can I give him the help action?
Oh, we got a 1 from the guidance.
Nope.
God damn it.
I'm gonna say no on this
That's
one.
gonna be
Inspiration.
You have
24.
inspiration. Oh, you have 24? Never mind.
Yeah.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
No.
Okay.
I think 24 is pretty fucking good.
So you say that he turns, still talking. You see, he kind of catches you from the corner of his eye as he's going about, and someone just finished asking a question that he's still answering. And as he turns over to you, very clearly cutting the whole line, offering the owner money to get in early, he kind of steps a little bit closer to you, hunches down a little bit so he's closer to your height. "Well, I do say," and a woman from nearby just goes, "I'll give you 400 to make sure they never enter this place. How uncouth!" And she
You
just
lady.
immediately just goes for her bag and just starts reaching for it. And
can I paint? I want to paintball this lady.
I vey.
sure. Go ahead and
Oh boy.
give me an attack
Wait,
roll.
how far back is she?
Not very far. She's only like
Not very
15,
far?
20 feet off.
Milo.
Yeah, she's pretty close.
Go snipe that bag.
Oh, but now there's a lot of eyes on you. And Val, you have already started drawing roll to shoot. You were way quicker than this.
It's a 7.
Oh God.
A 7.
Ooh,
As
this
soon
man's
as- as soon as you
Can I roll
reach
my
for it,
D8? Wait, can I
you-
use my
you-
inspiration? I want to use my D8.
Not gonna matter. I'll save you wasting it. It's not gonna matter. You reach for it and you go to pull it, and all you hear is the sound of like 30 to 40 weapons being drawn nearby from various people,
It's a
including
toy.
her. From the bag, she has a gun pointed at you.
It's a toy. It's a toy. I'm putting it down.
All right, stop it, put it down, everyone. Everything's fine. Yes,
it's a
stop
toy.
talking. I said stop talking now. Goodness. Opening night, always such a show. And he looks up towards you and then kind of above and past you, quizzically. I'm very sorry. I have something to attend to. Yes, I will return. And he just rolls his eyes, and he walks off, and he goes, hey, excuse me, kind of pushes some people in the line and steps off, and you can see that there is Adrian. You recognize it is both of the usual first floor door guards are here. The big Goliath and the dwarf guy. Goliath, not that far away, has one hand on his hefty warhammer and is just glaring at Val right now. And
Put it away. Put the gun away.
I am very slowly. I'm putting it away. It's a toy. It's not real. I imagine it's like neon colored and
As an orange cap.
Orange tip.
yeah, but like pirates are fucking extra, man. That don't mean shit.
Yeah.
That don't mean shit
it's
here.
a toy I got from the festival.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
just a toy.
And they
Alright, well.
wait until it's very away, and even you see a few of them have hands in pockets that are definitely still at the ready, and you're getting a lot of attention on you in side eyes now. Val, you see Mr. Amfid Morsashi himself. He walks through the line, he goes over to a small bit of yard that kind of wraps around the side to the front, and there is a gnome. He's wearing this crazy sort of, it's like between like a tricorn hat and kind of a cowboy hat. It has these like steampunk just like valves and shit and like lights all over it, and he has this, for a gnome, super long, dramatic, like between a trench coat and a tailcoat. It's in like browns and grays, and at the moment he is up on a ladder by a tree outside of this place, and he just has a couple large buckets on the top of the ladder with him, and he is just pulling fruit off this tree and just throwing them in there. And Omfeed, you see he huffs and like smoke comes out from his snout as he kind of stomps on over there. And Val, you're able to make him to make out his voice over the crowd because your passive perception's nutty.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't hear what the gnome is saying or going on about, but he gets over there. Good sir, you must understand that this is in fact private property and you cannot be doing that here. What's that? No, sir, I must insist. You must leave now. We cannot have this conversation again. And you just hear some vocalization from the gnome who turns around. You have no idea what any of this stuff. And this is all happening pretty quickly. And you just see this flash of light, and you hear, and a bunch of people turn, and you just see this weird handheld, not gun, but projectile thing just blasts out from the gnome, nails Omfeed directly in center mass, sends him back like 15 feet. He just slams into the ground. He is clearly bleeding heavily, and as he hits the ground, he goes, oh goodness, I've been shot! And the dwarf just blinks out and just is gone, takes one of the buckets, leaves one of them.
You mean the gnome?
Yeah, the gnome, sorry.
So, like, are there like people like in the doorway, or like if I just try to walk right now?
You can try to just walk through if you want to. There are 2 guards. One is actively trained on your group right now, but you are tiny.
You want to stealth through?
Try to stand in front of.
And
Milo.
with this, you catch the
far?
moment when both of the guards at the front look over toward the person who just shot their fucking boss. So I'm gonna say roll with advantage for me.
Okay.
And as that's happening, what is the rest of everyone else doing in this immediate aftermath? As some people in the line just begin to run, like leave, because someone just got fucking shot. Other people see that there's no moments left and are like, it's Scarleton, whatever, fucking Vegas.
Are all the guards?
It
All
happens.
3 guards are at the door, right?
2 of them are at the door right now.
Okay.
You can see more employees than you've seen previously are inside, just checking people in and all that. But
Can
the
I
22 who look
notice-
on are at the door.
Can I notice if anyone is looking to like move towards the owner just as like a way of like, oh, this guy is paying us, like the one like dispersed throughout the crowd, so I can identify who's a guard and who's not a guard?
No, too much going on right now.
Gotcha,
There
I
are
thought
people
so.
moving toward him, people moving. No one here looks particularly guard-like. It's mostly like the ritzier folk who are out for the night. Milo, what'd you get with your advantage stealth?
19 for both.
That's with your that's with your stealth.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
Milo, you catch the moment where the Goliath looks over and he's kind of trying to see over the crowd. He actually pushes a couple people out, and as he steps a little bit forward, you just dash. You actually just hide. You kind of just go under this woman's legs, and just like her dress just hides you for a second, and you just disappear inside the building. And it is very busy in there. You are unseen by the guards. You sneak your way inside, and is anyone else doing anything right now? This is all happening pretty much simultaneously.
I'll actually I'll walk up towards the dwarven guard.
Okay.
And
And he just pushes you out of the way as he starts stepping up toward Omfeed. He looks back at the Goliath and goes and just kind of motions for him to stay at the door, and he starts making a beeline over toward his boss on the
With the
ground. Does
dwarf?
not give a shit. Yeah, the dwarf does, but the Goliath is stepped back right, actually in the middle of the 2 doors now, and is kind of calling out, trying to keep people calm.
then I'll go over to the Goliath, and that was some
Oh my
crazy.
God.
That was some crazy shit that just happened.
He, what are you trying to do with this? What's your intention?
I'm
gonna
trying
look
to
at-
I'm just trying to
okay.
distract him.
You're just
I'm
trying to
gonna-
distract him?
I'm gonna-
Sure. Give me a persuasion check then.
Look at Cooley, like, does he do this often?
It's not his best work.
It's a 24.
24. Okay. He kind of snaps his attention to you for about 3 or 4 seconds, and he just kind of shakes his head and shrugs a little bit. And he doesn't actively engage with you in conversation, but you do have his attention for the time being. Anyone else doing anything? Crowd is beginning to scatter. Some people have just kind of pushed up closer to the door. A handful of people are cautiously approaching Omfeed, who is trying to stand up right now, and you can see there's still these bright flashing lights coming out of the wound in his abdomen. And as he starts to stand up, he starts struggling a lot, almost like his legs are like failing him.
And I
Can
try to go up to him and just like hands up, being like, I'm a healer, I can help.
Sure.
While she's
Persuasion
doing
with
this,
advantage.
So look at Cooley again. Well, now we're really off
Can I
the
u-
reservation.
Can I use thaumaturgy to sort of like in different parts? Oh, assassins! Like
Frenzy.
different parts of the crowd, just whipping them up into a kind of frenzy, like.
Sure. Give me. I'll let you do this performance or persuasion, whichever's higher.
I think performance is better than persuasion. Yeah. Okay, so that is a 14 plus 6, so that's dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Tinny, what'd you get?
Natural 20.
Natural
25.
20. As you say this, you see that there's a couple of other ritzier people who are walking over, and they don't look like they have the intent to help him necessarily, as much as they're just interested in what's happening. You see someone's actually like sketching out a picture of the scene real quick and like taking notes. Yeah, fucking journalist, right? And you walk up and you say this, and Omfeed is like half standing up, and you're the closest one to him, and he kind of like reaches his big ass arm out towards you to like try and stabilize himself. Yes, goodness, I'm afraid I don't. And he just starts coughing up blood right there, and you see that these colors that are flashing are beginning to turn his skin to stone from the abdomen. And
I don't know if Cure Wounds is going to help this.
he looks pretty bad right now.
I mean,
You
I'll
doing?
try Cure Wounds, but he's turning to stone.
What are you doing?
So
Cure
yeah,
wounds?
I'll reach out and give him a Cure Wounds, and I'm gonna yell out for Adrian, come help me.
Fuck am I gonna do? And we just yell back.
And as this
Help, get
happens,
him inside.
there are just sudden calls from all around various places about how there's an assassin on the loose, there's a rogue pirate gang trying to kill the fucking museum owner, and this seems to rile up people some more. Some other people actually just like teleport out of there. Somebody just misty steps and just starts sprinting, like clutching onto their belongings. Other people are just kind of slowly like creating space and backing up. You know how people are like, this is dangerous, but I'm gonna watch because I'm stupid. It's kind of that. There's a good bit of chaos right now.
Gonna
Milo.
lock up into Tinny.
Cool, we'll get to that. Milo, you sneak inside, and it's much quieter in here. Most people are kind of just like looking out the doors and whatever windows they can to see what's happening, and it's just like mostly like hushed whispers, and some people are like, oh my god, he's gonna die and I already paid to get in, am I gonna get to see it? And the employees are just trying to keep everyone calm and like go about, you know, maintaining some kind of order there, but they also look like kind of freaked out right now. What you see is, so there's the entrance door that everyone's been lined up, there's the exit on the other side, and this is a pretty big lobby. Like, this is probably like almost 100 feet across. It's like a big rectangle, so it's like 100 feet wide and probably like 40 feet in front of you. And there's this big circular main desk there's 3 people right there working. There's a few little basic displays around. You can see the door that clearly leads you into the museum, and there's no other obvious exit from here. There is an unlabeled, what looks like a magically powered lift way on the far corner from where you are. What are you doing with your moments being unnoticed here?
Wait. So there's a elevator thingy, and there was a what?
There's a door that leads into the museum, very clearly labeled like enter here. And way on the far side in the corner is some kind of magic like elevator, just like an open platform that you have no idea where it would go to or how it would activate. But yeah, that's what you see. And a bunch of people.
We're gonna go to the elevator looking thingy.
Okay. You push your way past people who they don't really notice you, to be honest, right now. It's actually interesting here. You're taller than a good bit of this crowd. There's a lot of gnomes here. A lot of gnomes in this place. And you're like, damn, this is crazy. Then the other half's like Goliaths and, you know, humans and dwarves and stuff, so it's a mixed crowd here. But you push your way past as everyone's focused on the drama out front. You get over to the lift, and at a first glance, you don't see any obvious mechanism to activate this thing at all. You can spend a little bit of time and investigate it further if you want to, but at a look, it's just a platform, and you're like, fuck, I don't know what this does. And I can give you a second to think on that, and we'll cut back outside to simultaneously. Adrian, you get up to Tinny. Tinny, what'd you roll on Kira?
Cure Wounds for 16.
16. Okay, you do this, and you see. Actually, what's your cure wounds look like? I don't know. Is there any tinny flare on it? Anything special, like little fireflies?
Oh, yeah. I think it would just be like little. She like touches the chest, and then just little like sparks, like embers, kind of float off.
Like fireflies in the night sky. Yes, you fell for my trap. As you do that, you see some of the sparks kind of coalesce down toward his wound, and he, after a few moments, still very labored breathing, kind of rights himself a bit more. Adrian, are you doing anything particularly as you approach the
No,
scene?
I'm just standing there. I'm just like,
Just
what do
take
you...
us other side. Let's help get him inside.
Adrian, give me a perception check.
Natural 20.
What is
You
up, these natural
see,
20s?
as he's standing up, he's kind of like inspecting his wound like with his hand. You definitely notice he is casting some kind of spell on himself. But as he stands up, goodness me,
Both hands?
I think just one hand. The other one is like on like Tinny's shoulders. He's kind of like standing up here.
I'm gonna grab the hand he's casting the spell with, and I'm gonna put it over my shoulder. Here. Let's get you inside and let's help you out, okay? Just don't
as
get
you
any
do
blood
that,
on my coat.
He doesn't fight you, but this is a heavy fucking dude. Like Tinny, you're probably like, oh shit, and he's just kind of like around the shoulders as you start helping him limp in. The dwarf gets over to you, the guard, after just a couple seconds, as he was kind of held up trying to fight the crowd off as they started scattering. And he runs over, kind of not really pushes Tinny out of the way, but just is like, I'm a big dwarf, let me do this, and kind of starts bringing him aside. And as he does that, Mr. Morsashi looks back at you, Tinny, and goes, goodness, please, you saved my life, please. Oh, goodness. Come inside, please.
Oh, and
he's like,
before out there, and then I point to the rest of the group. Those are my guards.
Give me
With a big
persuasion
old
with
toothy
advantage.
grin.
Yeah, as you're just still standing there in front of this Goliath who's like kind of looking at the scene now. Persuasion with advantage from Adrian.
Yes, we are with them.
22.
Jesus.
Well, what are you waiting for? Come on, come inside. I don't have... Oh, goodness. And the dwarf just kind of is like shouting out to people. The Goliath just steps forward and just starts like literally just like clearing the line to the side as Mr. Morsashi's brought in. And I would say at this point, at least half the people that were waiting in line are not actively doing so. Some are still in the area watching, but they're not. But a lot of people have just straight up left, including that spineless woman who was trying to pay him a shit ton.
Well, I'm good.
Flip her off as we go.
To the Goliath, actually, I'm gonna say, well, that was a good talk. Name's Oscar, by the way. And
yeah, he's not looking at you anymore. He's looking at his boss, who's bleeding out and being led back inside. And as you get up to the front door, he just puts a hand out toward Adrian, nods, and just takes over for you. He actually just picks up Mr. Morsashi completely, and just carries him like dramatically like a princess into the fucking building. And you're allowed to enter.
I'll immediately go up to the
seems
rest of the group, actually.
So,
Balafar.
oh, Josh, you're muted.
Oh.
So there's no one at the doors right now?
There are still people at the doors. There's still the Goliath. He's currently bringing in the Dragonborn. There's still a line out front. There's still people inside the building who are.
I want to
just
pop
being
my
cleared
head.
of it.
I want to pop my head out with both hands on the doors, like we shall be with you in a moment, and close it on that lady.
Okay, she already left. She left immediately as soon as this got bad. She just ran. That's also slightly confusing because everyone just saw the owner clearly just tell you to come inside, and then you just pop your head out. Maybe you're trying to confuse them. I don't know. But either way, they're not letting other people in right now.
I'm trying to be a dick and saying, "Oh, looks like we got in a bit early," and I close the door in front of them, just like you snob to the rich.
Cool. It's always good to
get your ass over here.
It's always good to make a social display out of when someone gets shot, and then you benefit from it. So we'll see what that does.
This is
it is.
Scarleton.
Wasn't the journalist doing that earlier?
What was that?
Weren't the journalists doing that earlier?
They weren't like, hey, look, this guy got shot and I got inside early. It's just like, I'm going to take notes of this because this is what I do. Slightly different approaches to things, though both reprehensible in their own way. But nonetheless, you are brought inside. Milo, did you do anything else with this lift in the meantime? I would say there's probably like almost a solid 45 seconds that has elapsed between you getting to the lift and them getting inside. So little rewind.
Absolutely not. I kind of just sat there puzzled, maybe trying to figure something out. Do I notice them at all as they walk in?
Yes, you notice very loudly the boisterous voice of Mr. Morsashi as he's just being carried in by a Goliath. And you see the rest of the group in tow, miraculously.
I might just join them like I never left. So
Yep.
Sure, I'm gonna say off that stealth check, and there's so much going on. Like, who's gonna notice that? Milo suddenly just slinks back over there, and as
Are we allowed to like go with the Goliath, or is it very clear that's like he's gonna take him somewhere and we're not allowed to?
you have not been given any sign or instruction to not follow.
Okay.
So, the Goliath continues walking through the front lobby, gets over to actually the entrance into the museum itself, pushes the door open, heads inside, and as the door starts to close, Mr. Morsashi
before
just goes, please do keep up. It's much quieter here.
Pulling to the back, I want to talk to Tinny, if that's all right.
Sure, you had a bit of time.
If you have some time, and I hand her like 5 or 10 of those paintballs, could you rig this to explode all at once?
Maybe. It's not very subtle in here. There's people everywhere.
And then
No, just as if we have a bit of time and you have a bit of, I don't want to say free time, but as a way, it might be a good way to accomplish our secondary goal.
And right now is when the door swings open to the inner part.
roughly how much time has passed since we cast a spell on Kalis?
Since you cast the spell on Kalis would be, I would say, maybe 2 minutes at this point.
Okay.
Not very long. This is all fairly quick. Maybe like just under 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because you're still a half orc, ain't you?
I'm gonna like slowly like get to his pace. It might be best if you don't accompany us. Don't know how long this conversation is gonna take, and it'd be really fucking weird if you just turn into an ASMR.
Yeah, that's completely fair. To be honest, the accent that I was trying to pull was completely idiotic. I don't know why I went with that one.
Well, it's all right. How about you take a look around and see if there's anything you want to do to accomplish your own mission, huh?
Sure. How quickly are we gonna be
And the
activating
door opens
plan numero uno?
right now. and
No
they start
fucking clue.
stepping
Get the
through.
fuck out of here.
Okay, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
And I'll
Okay.
actually go to the second floor.
I'm gonna peel off the
You will not, because
Is it closed?
the door
Oh,
to
okay.
enter, you have to go up 6 spiraling layers of the first floor to get there, and it's also not midnight yet, so it's not even open.
Shit.
They haven't even let the first group officially into. They were like just about to start doing that when you guys came up here, so I assure you, you will not. And essentially, it sounds like you were actually left in the lobby.
In the lobby. Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Yeah, because they were this was happening right as you guys were leaving from the lobby into the museum, and inside, right in the little entryway here before you start climbing to look at everything, it is literally just a Goliath who looks like he could rip most of you in half, the owner, and you guys. There's no
in
one
that
else
case,
inside
no,
yet.
I definitely want Kalis to come in.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Well, I will say you didn't have time to conclude that, and Kalis is left standing awkwardly, just shuffled right in behind you all, like, this is awkward. And
okay.
you
There's
don't
no
see any of the
guards.
displays or anything yet.
Yeah. There's no guards in between the lobby and the display area, right?
Oops, that's crazy.
Or like at this point, if he's in, he can come meet up with us at any time.
Who? Kalis?
Yeah.
In theory, although you guys don't know what's about to happen, so
Okay,
right
yeah,
now
no.
you are standing behind a man who's just kind of not died from being shot in the gut. So, I will say you didn't actively see anyone who screamed being a guard in the front, other than the Goliath and the dwarf, but there were more employees than you've seen, probably 8 or 9 total up there. So you don't really know. And let me real quick switch over to the museum music. And as you step in, you do actually hear this kind of sourceless, ambient tones around you, which Adrian is normal. That's been the case every time you've been here so far. And you see Mr. Morsashi looks over, holds up a finger, kind of squints and smiles. The Goliath steps like 20, 25 feet away with him, sets him down. They're kind of inspecting around him. You just kind of see the back of the Goliath. You don't really see Mr. Morsashi too well. And after a couple minutes of talking, Mr. Morsashi peeks his head around and goes, I'll be just a minute. And he just snaps and just vanishes. And about a minute later, he appears again right next to the Goliath, who does not flinch. He leans in and says something quiet, kind of covers his mouth, says something in his ear. Looks a little bit, actually, I'm gonna say Quilly, or give me an insight check.
Ooh. 22.
22. Hard to read exactly what's on his face, but he doesn't look happy. And not in the I've just been shot displeased, more in like the I'm kind of an angry businessman right now look. And he says something to Goliath, who just nods. You hear him audibly sigh, and he steps back out into the front. And yeah, that's what happens for now. And Mr. Morsashi is still, he's actually kind of like leaning on a rail a little bit. Kind of has his cloak and his robes pulled tightly over himself now, and he still has a hand like toward his midsection, just lightly kind of just rubbing it and wincing.
I'm gonna elbow whoever'd be next to me, either probably like Derek or AJ, because like something's wrong and not like the physical stuff. Angry businessman look.
And at that moment, he begins to speak. He kind of puts back on his smile, which really hard to tell if he's more in pain or smiling right now, for sure. Right, so unfortunately, it seems our special guest for the evening is not in the correct state of mind for the reveal. And I am going to have to piss a lot of people off.
Might we ask, my lord,
No, you mightn't. It's business. Strictly business.
I was wondering who your special guest was, and
Yes,
maybe we could
no,
be of service.
You mightn't. Absolutely not. It's a secret, of course. And now that we have to delay opening night, I'm afraid this puts me in a particularly interesting position, you see, my friends. And he kind of just stops for a moment and covers his eyes, kind of rubs his brow a little bit, and
Can I do an
the
insight?
facade drops a little bit. You don't need to do an
Insight check?
insight check. He's very frustrated, to say the least. You can't read further into that.
And what kind of particular situation do you?
The situation where all of my clientele just witnessed me be shot by a gnome in front of my own establishment on opening night, and now I have to go tell them that it has been postponed. Not great for me, I'm afraid.
Are we alone with him?
You are at the moment, as far as you can tell.
Like completely alone?
As far as you can tell.
I
and at
kinda
that
look
moment,
Derek.
actually, you all start hearing a lot of commotion out, and you hear that one of the employees has actually stood up on the central circular desk and is now loudly making the announcement that things are going to be pushed back a couple days, and that everyone who has already paid to get in will be compensated fairly, and they will be first in the queue and things like that. People are not fucking happy about that.
How close am I to A-Train right now?
You guys are fairly close.
Really
They haven't
close.
been, like,
I'm gonna
separated.
shuffle- Yeah. I'm
Can
gonna
I,
shuffle
like-
it.
Like at Kalis, I'm like,
Yeah, no
Sure.
rash decisions right now.
That's not subtle.
no, like
Yeah,
in a
that's not at
subtle
all
way. I
sub-
mean, like with
Yeah,
my
you can
eyes,
try.
Like,
You can try. We'll call this sleight of hand.
it's a natural 20
It is
What?
also from him. What's your total?
for sleight of hand.
Yep.
Jesus.
All right, that is a 23.
Proceed.
Gonna go next to Adrian and kind of look with my back turned. I'll just whisper to him. We're trying to do this right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what are our options?
How
here?
about this? He kind of perks back up. And okay. Just kind of points dramatically towards you all, specifically Tinny. I have spent the last week preparing for this very moment, and now it has been robbed from me. Oh, it kind of winces. And but you, my dear, have saved my life. What if the knight is not dead? Neither am I. What if, barring the single best part of the exhibit who no longer wishes to partake tonight, I can show you the champions of the gods. And you see his eyes kind of sparkle and glow a little bit as he says this, and his robes kind of lift up and float a little bit for a moment.
I'm just gonna look at Kalis. Let's see where this goes.
That sounds amazing. Like what do you mean the champions of the gods?
Right this way! Wait just a moment. And you see he kind of just like quizzically scratches his head for a second. Yes, I will be on business. Yes, get everyone out. Make sure it's okay. Thank you. Let's go!
Does he include all of us together?
He
Or just
hasn't
Tinny?
seemed to specify, but he hasn't told any of you to leave.
And then again, I'll go to Adrian. So this is not gonna go the way we planned with a bunch of people making chaos.
Come now,
first.
let's go! And he claps his hands loudly and begins marching up the
Yeah.
first spiral, and he's very much in show mode now.
Is there any other guards, like anything like that? Any staff in these rooms?
Not
right
back
now?
here.
No,
No,
just
not back
completely
here.
on his own.
It's him and you guys.
I hate to say it, but I think we just knock this fucker out and find the goddamn basement.
Maybe let's see what his show's all about first. I'm kind of interested.
Lead the
Okay.
way. We don't have all night.
Yeah.
And he begins to lead you all up, and as he does, you see there's a couple flourishes and different sections of it begin to light up. And Adrian, you've seen this all before. You may or may not care, but the first ring, as it is called, is nothing too crazy. There's some displays of pre-war fashion and old coins and everyday items. There's a whole bunch of rings and amulets and religious symbols that were supposedly collected from the battlefield, but nothing looks too special. There is an illusory scene that is set up of a bunch of Bane's forces against Moradin's, a bunch of orcs and dwarves against each other mid-battle, and there's weapons and armor from that. And much as I'd love to give you guys the full Mr. Morsashi tour, I'm not going to do that, but I will describe what you see. And if at any point anyone has anything to do, cut me off, because there's a lot of shit here. I wrote all of it, and I'm going to say all of it if I can, because I fucking wrote it, and it's cool. So, cut me off whenever you need to. Coming over to the second ring it is entirely dedicated toward wildlife. There's some.
So we're like, sorry, we're already cutting you off.
No,
we're
go ahead.
already starting like walking up these stairs, or
It's just a big like spiral, almost like hallway, but it's super super wide and like everything. This is a very big place, and he is
quite the
his
collection.
attention is very clearly split between you guys and what he's going on about, but he never has his eyes off you for more than a couple seconds. He's just very twirly and he just moves around a lot. It's kind of hard to clock where his attention is, but he is talking the entire time, and there's a lot of fascinating stuff, and he knows, or maybe knows, whether or not you believe him is up to you, a lot of stuff, and he's very very passionate about this all. So that is happening as he's leading you up there. Do with that what you will.
How many
getting up
guards
to the-
are?
You have seen
there
none
around
inside.
us?
You have seen
none
none
with
inside.
us.
None,
You
no.
have seen nothing.
Okay.
No. You've seen no one else inside here.
He's in front, right? Of all and leading us, right? Is
He
his
is.
back to us?
No,
or
not
is
for
he-
long. He's constantly
Twirly.
moving and spinning, as I just said. He's
I thought so.
yeah, it is never off you for more than maybe a second or two. He's yeah, very animated. But the second floor is just a lot of animal stuff. Some of it's pretty mundane, some of it's crazy, like weird things that you're like, there's no way this is real. Like they just got drunk and like made an illusion. Like there's no way this was a thing. Some of them you're like, I fucking hope this one wasn't real. Nothing that stands out too much beyond that though. Just kind of some fun stuff, some cool stuff. And Adrian, you know that around where it transitions up to the third ring is one of the more obvious of the doors that you've seen labeled heading down. And you guys are coming up on that pretty shortly, just so you have that. But this place is, despite the amount of stuff here, the walkway is very open. It's the stuff is mostly on the sides. There's a couple little things in the middle, but for the most part, because this is one-way traffic up this, seems that all the stuff to look at is on either side of you, typically.
I'm gonna give Kales a nudge. I'm gonna point towards it very quickly.
Sorry, what was it again? Just to repeat, like, so I can get the proper, like...
He is
details.
nudging you toward a door that is labeled like staff only,
Stuff on it.
coming up to the third ring. And I will say, you guys are only like maybe 10 or 15 feet behind Mr. Musashi.
What does his robe look like right now? Because we know it was damaged. Like, is it? Do we know if it's?
No, his robe's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
Quick, can
Adrian
I
nudges you. Go ahead, Derek.
Can I cast extend spell tech thoughts? And it's
You can try.
with the feet, so I don't need any components.
Sure,
Telepathic
you can
feet.
try. And what's I guess surface level doesn't have a save on that.
Oh no. I cast it. I will use it to detect any creatures within 30 feet of me.
Any
Any
creatures
thinking
within 30 feet of
creatures.
you. Okay.
Thinking
You get a
creatures.
lot of thoughts from your party.
I know
And
that.
All you hear in Val's head, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that. Oh, I'm definitely gonna steal that. That's shiny. I want that.
Does this door that with the describe with the whole like lifting employees only? Does it look like the one I saw downstairs?
this one appears just a door. You don't know what's on the other side. There's no lift. It's just a door that's like in the wall. And Derek, you don't catch any other creatures nearby. And Mr. Morsashi's thoughts are very in line with what he's talking about. He's very engaged with what he's saying.
Okay, so just
And
next,
he's still
2
moving.
minutes.
He is fairly far past the door now, and like you guys are starting to like leave it behind. So if you're gonna do something, do it now. But he's proceeding. And Adrian, you know that there's more going up. A handful more that should be pretty easy to access. But Any immediate actions right now?
No, I just want Kalos to be aware of that entrance.
Copy that. And coming up to the third ring is a whole bunch of maps and text displays of old dialects and lost languages, variations of iconography. There's a whole section of codes used during the war on both sides, along with a depiction of a gnome, the legendary gnome, Warfiz Copperhelm, who went undercover for years to foil the plans of Zahir. And there is a specific exhibit, which probably drew Adrian's eye originally, of kind of displaying the rapid growth and change of the arcane during the war, just sigil and symbol adaptations in progress, scroll making, potions and alchemy, enchantments. Very, very interesting, very in-depth stuff actually up here.
Can I ask, how long has it been since Kalis has been changed?
I was gonna ask that.
It's your time is running out.
Okay.
Like, you probably have another maybe 2 minutes. Fortunately, Mr. Morsashi seems to be moving a little fast through this stuff, probably excited to get to what's upstairs because he could probably spend hours here. But yeah, Kalis, your time is running out.
I think I just want to ask Mr. Musashi. Excuse me. Do you have a powder room anywhere to take care of our friend's forehead scurvy?
Yeah, sort of.
It's a
Bleeding a
dreadful
bit.
disease. His eyes will fall out sooner rather than later.
Give me
Huh?
a persuasion check. I'm gonna say
Ooh.
I'll be nice to you. I'll let Val and Quilly each roll one.
One knows persuasion is my strong suit. Not terrible though. 17.
22.
Fortunately, it seems he's a little bit too distracted by what he's doing and thinking about right now to notice that you just said forehead scurvy. Yes, what? Which one of you?
We have like a support system, but him, yes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Forehead scurvy. Dreadful. He kind of smiles and walks over. Yes, right this way. And he just snaps and he puts a hand on your shoulder and he goes to teleport. If you're not willing, you don't have to go with him. But that is what is happening right now.
Is it just
Fuck no, he's
Kalis?
not willing.
It's just
Fuck
Kalis.
no, he's
No
not
one has any
willing.
time. Okay. As this happens, you resist it. He stops. He kind of takes his hand off your shoulder. I am afraid that if you want to use it, we must go this way.
Can I not go there on foot?
No, it's
No.
physically impossible. You see,
Why do you say that?
because it's not here. It's elsewhere.
Well, yeah, where would it be?
It would be where it is. Do you want to go or not? There's so much to see.
Yeah, but I have to bring a friend with me. She's kind of like a support system. I kind of need her.
Pick a
You know,
friend!
I'm the
Right.
healer, you know.
Yeah. You, Danny, come on. Yeah, and then
He looks at the two of you and he kind of grins.
Oh no!
I promise you, it's not very comfortable. You'll see a bell in that ring and put your dawn, and he just puts a hand on both your shoulders, and his eyes just flare up again. And
Yeah.
do you let it happen?
Or
Cool.
are we left alone?
We'll get to that. The two of you appear. Kalis, give me a con save. It's canon.
Yeah, it is
Aw.
canon.
And at this point, your time is like running
Unnatural
out.
20.
Yeah, you're fucked. Yeah.
Okay,
Unnat-
dirty 20.
unnatural 20,
You don't
yeah.
you don't just straight vom everywhere. But the two of you land and you see you are just in this little hallway that looks completely isolated, and there are multiple bathroom doors. And there's nothing that seems to be an exit or an entrance to here, and there are multiple bells that are just along the
Okay.
hallway.
Let's get this over with quickly.
Oh, he's still there with you, by the way. Because
Oh,
he
is he?
lands on the hallway. Because as you see, it is a separate location entirely. Just ring one of the bells when you're done. Actually, this one right here, the middle one. I'll come get you. Yes.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
Give us some private.
He's already gone. He's aware this is a restroom. And he is only gone for maybe like 15 seconds. So if you guys want to do anything, to everyone back there, back in the museum, if you want to do anything in the 15 seconds you have, let me know right now. But he just vanishes.
Yes. Milo.
I'm absolutely dashing to the employees only door.
Sure,
not
you
tell me?
guys have moved
Did someone
kind
I
of
don't
past
even
it.
tell anyone and just start running.
Okay, give me a
And then,
give me a
Adrian will chase him.
a dex
I'll go.
check, just to
dex
see
check?
how fast you can push yourself on this. Yeah, because you're kind of far away now. Not super far, but if you run well, you'll make it.
A natural 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Milo just gone. You hear a few seconds later, Adrian just takes a start vocally and just sprints off after him.
I
And-
wanted to decide to follow Adrian.
You want to follow Adrian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here we go.
You do. You start running after him.
Instant regret.
Adrian and Quilly. Adrian, give me a dex check. Quilly, give me one. Yeah, just give me a straight roll as well. Dex check, both of you. Natural 1. Is that what I see from Adrian?
Jeez, I got 17.
Adrian, you start dashing down there, and you get about halfway, and there's this little puff of smoke, and you just slam into a massive dragonborn, and you kind of stumble back, and Quilly's like not that far behind you. Oh, goodness me! My apologies. I seem to have landed in not quite the right spot. Let us proceed. They'll let me know when they're ready to go. And in the background, Milo's just got to the door, and it's open. And you could pull it open and slip inside if you want to.
Yes,
Okay.
we're going inside.
Adrian and Quilly, you just see just around his robes that Milo just disappears silently into the door.
A Milo solo adventure that's never gone wrong before.
And I kind of need to be down there. Like, out of anybody, Adrian needs to be down there.
It's a rough time for a natural 1.
Yep.
And as he lands, he kind of like puts his arms, like he kind of like hover arms around the two of you. Come, there's so much
yeah.
more to see. And he kind of ushers you back up with the other two. And the tour continues. Maybe with some sweaty palms now from some people. And yeah, I'll just continue with the tour. After, what the fuck's happening in this bathroom here?
Fix me up, why don't you?
Yeah, I can do it. Teeny will tap him and do
Smooth
the same
operator.
half
Oh, damn, there he
thing.
goes.
Actually, here, and I'll touch like a vial to my owl, and it'll fill up with like a little, kind of like iridescent potion. So if I don't get to you in time, you can take this, and it will do the same thing.
Okay, perfect. Well, hopefully they didn't fuck everything up by the time we were gone, so...
Yeah, let's hope. It was pretty quick, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, we were only gone, what, half a minute?
Yeah, I think. But I don't know how we're going to get down to where we need to go.
I might have an idea, but I'm pretty sure it won't work, but... I feel like nothing ever works with us, so... It is what it is.
Just wing it.
Yeah, we always do. And then we'll ring the bell.
So just as Umfeed gets the four of you back together, only a quick excursion, I see. I'll be right back. And he vanishes again.
Does he always do that? Not the museum owner, the halfling.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
on brand
yeah.
for him.
And I will say, as soon as he leaves, as the group hasn't progressed further, you're actually a little bit closer this time. If you think you have enough time and you want to dash for it, you can try again. But you got to tell me real quick.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll try it again. Fuck it.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
If someone's got to stay behind, I'll make an excuse.
Everyone who's running, give me a dex check.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
12.
17 again. Wait, no, is that it? No, that's 15. Yeah, 17.
17.
Okay. He appears between Kalis and Tinny there, kind of still smiling and laughing as he lands. Right! Let's get back to it. No time to waste.
Wait, this time I don't
Yep.
let him take me.
Okay.
Like it's
Cool.
like. I'll
He
try-
disappears
Wait,
with Tinny.
wait, hold on. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No.
They're gone.
Before you
They're gone.
even before they leave.
Well, you said you don't let him, so you have
No,
like
no,
a
no,
couple
like-
seconds. So what do you?
Wait, I mean, like, wait, give me a minute. I need to kind of prepare myself. I've never been really good with teleportation.
It makes him really nauseous, actually.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for that? You seem to do it a lot. Like,
Yeah, I get really queasy.
Sure, give me
it's been a problem.
each of you persuasion. And I'm gonna say the DC's not super high. You guys have been crushing it so far. So
Yeah, this is a 21.
22.
Wait,
He,
so is it just Derek that's staying with this motherfucker?
he stops. We'll get there. We'll get there. He stops. He kind of side eyes you a little bit. Ah, yes, I see. Quite. Well, you know what's coming. Let me know when you're ready. And he just gone. And so the three of you, he leaves. You take about 3 seconds. You look around. Val just starts running, and the two of you are like, "Fuck!" And you start sprinting. Derek's mind, I don't even want to know what's going on in there.
Don't know either.
It's now the only mind you can read is your own. And the three of you just mad dash as fast as you can. You get to the door. You pull it open. And I'm gonna say, Adrian, you're a little bit slower than the other two getting there. And just as you pull the door open and it swings shut behind you, silently. Derek, you see a familiar figure appear about maybe 15 feet in front of you. And, Milo, as you've had a little bit of time to maybe start, fucking around.
A subtle
You pull
spell
the door
guidance
open.
myself.
Cool, we'll get there. Milo, you pull the door open, and you step onto what is a similar looking lift that is at the front. However, this time there are not buttons, but like the arcane glyph equivalent of that, very clearly labeled down and up. And the one that goes up right now is not lit up, but the down option is it's kind of yellow-greenish glow. And you step through, you wait a second, no one is there with you, and what do?
So is it just like that's just the lift there? That's it?
Yeah, you
There's
open it,
nothing else?
there's like 5 feet, and then there's the gate to the lift there, and there's nothing else here. There's no hallway, there's no other doors, there's no anything. It's just a lift that descends.
And you said there were only 2 options here, right?
There are 2, only one of them is lit up at the moment, and that is down.
Well, looks like we know what Milo's gonna do.
Oh,
Milo's
boy.
gonna go down. He doesn't have any other options here.
As the 3 of you pull this door open, just hear a slight humming sound and a little bit of like shifting and grinding. And before you is what you could make out to be some kind of arcane elevator, and the doors are currently, or the gate is shut at the moment. And you don't see a platform there currently. And Derek, Mr. Morsashi
Yes.
appears. And the moment he appears, he's actually facing away from you for like a split second. But as he turns, He continues on, leading you. He does not comment. He does not stop. He just gets right back into it. Well, you see, one of my favorite things is up above. I'm sure you've heard of Serlunith. Yes, well, we have such a treat. And he just continues on with you. Derek, what the fuck do you do as he starts walking?
I am fucking subtle spell casting detect thoughts right now.
Okay. Surface thoughts, same thing.
Same
Just
thing.
super into it. If you want to push the issue, you can.
What the hell?
And he starts leading you up to the fourth ring, which is in fact all things Serral Unith. There are depictions of the grand golden city in its former glory, including a scene of the sun rising and setting over it that's just kind of illusory and moves across one of the walls in watercolor. There are details of the fall, of how Bane and Grumsh themselves suddenly appeared in the night and ravaged the city, destroying and killing nearly everything and everyone before the city vanished. The story of an elf who betrayed the Cobalt Soul, supposedly, and their entire city by providing information to the betrayer gods, expertly covering their tracks for long enough to find the perfect moment to allow the forces of evil within the city walls. And then there's some little notes of like, yeah, rumor has it that this person, Volwyn, is still alive and lurking among the shadows. Some people say that Volwyn died during the fall of the city. Other people think that maybe it's a whole group of people or a cult or it wasn't real or it was just a myth and all the hearsay of it. And then he pushes open this big door and you can see a quite large representation of the inside of the Cobalt Compendium, the main library of Serral Unith. And there are what you can imagine are illusory, but thousands and thousands of books in this massive swirling library and a whole bunch of other displays and stuff inside as he starts leading you into the next, fairly separate from the bits you have been walking in area.
Can we try to like just
We'll get there.
conglomerate?
We'll get there. So as he's just opening the door and introducing the library and starting to lead Derek in there, Derek, do you have anything to do immediately?
Okay, so say that again.
I'm not saying it all again, there's too much, but he's pulling the door
I know.
open into a depiction of the Cobalt Compendium, and motioning to lead you into it. 10 seconds.
Okay, so okay, yeah. I'll ask him about the Cobalt. I ask some question about the Cobalt. Like, so is this like an exact replica of the Cobalt Compendium, or?
Oh, and that sets him right off. He's it's hardly different from what he was already saying, but he confirms that and just starts going about his whole spiel. And he's paused at the door a little bit here, but he is still slowly kind of inching his way into it. Back at the door of the lift, there are three of you staring at this, hearing what Adrian would know. You are very familiar with these sorts of things. That this is, in fact, some kind of elevator, and it seems like it is actively moving. You're not sure in what direction, and you don't see a Milo, so you can probably piece that together.
Is there a button to call the elevator back to this floor?
There is, yes.
I will be just pressing it like crazy.
Okay, spamming the button.
That'll make
Either
it
of the
go
other two doing
faster.
anything right now?
Just keeping watch, I guess, on the door that we came through.
Sure.
Does
Derek
Anything we
and
can do to
Omfleet
make this
have
thing go
disappeared out of
faster?
sight.
he always fuck up these plans like this?
Well, welcome to the reason that we're here.
Okay,
Are you
Tinny,
talking about me?
Kalis, the two of you,
Ding ding ding.
left again in the bathroom. What are you doing?
Ding ding ding.
Yeah,
You're
just ring
dinging?
the bell. Yeah.
And as you can see here, my dear friend, we have so many. Well, not the actual books themselves, they were all lost during the war, but please do peruse. I will be right back. It seems that your friends are ready again. And he vanishes. Milo, at this moment, the lift stops moving. And the middle gate pulls open. And you see a hallway extending off to your left side. About 10 or 15 feet to the left of you, down the hallway a little bit, is this big wooden door that's actually pretty tall. It's like 12, 13 feet high. And you can see that there's actually like various handles and knobs on it for people of different heights. And you can see another similar door about another 30 feet down the hallway. And you see, actually, funny enough, you see another door in the middle of these two on the opposite side of the hall that is labeled as a restroom. But what do you do as you see this?
Wait, so okay.
You see two doors,
Is it
big
like-
doors that like lead to something else. And then in the middle of the hallway is a bathroom door that's on the same side of the hallway that you're entering into. And it's like maybe like a 20-foot wide hallway, and it's just like long off to the side. And then like the lift is like against the wall of it next to you, so it just goes one direction.
Okay. So we're gonna go up to that first door.
Okay.
And
Doesn't
like,
take a
is there, like,
genius
anyone-
to tell. Oh, go ahead.
There's not like anyone like in the hallway or like nothing crazy like that I see anything. No.
You don't
Okay,
see anyone.
yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
But immediately you don't see anyone here.
18.
18.
Okay.
Quiet.
First door it is.
Yeah. Cool. First door, doesn't take a genius to tell this one is locked. There is, despite all the different handles, it looks like there's one central lock on it that's like a little high for you to reach, but you get on your tiptoes. Yeah, that is what you would see as you come up to it. It is definitely locked. If you so care to try and do anything about that, if you wish to further investigate it, that is up to you.
Next door it is.
Okay. As you scurry down the hallway a bit, you look at the next door and it looks pretty much identical. Looks like a similar lock on this one too. Both are closed.
Okay, right is never wrong. So with this door, we're gonna try and like, I don't know, use a lockpick, open it somehow.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that would be D20 plus your dexterity and your proficiency bonus.
Okay. $19.
19. Pretty easy lock, actually. Get through it in just a couple seconds. And it clicks. The door is unlocked. It's still closed. But you seem to have succeeded.
I'm gonna like slowly open it, just give it a little peek inside.
Pull the door open. And look inside to see sort of a warehouse room. It's big, open. It's like 25 foot high ceilings. It's like 40 foot wide, kind of long. Just looks like this is like an order fulfillment room, actually. It's pretty well organized. There's just like, there's some paperwork all over the place. There's some crates that look like they've been packed up. There's some empty ones. You can't really tell. There's nothing like that catches your eye here, but this is definitely some kind of like shipping part of a warehouse. There's two doors on the far wall across from you, and then there's one on the right side. And at this moment, I just saw Blair said his audio cut out and he's going to restart. So let's cut back to the bathroom. You ding the bell. Just a few seconds later, he appears again, smiling still. Right, have you prepared yourself? We're just getting to one of the best parts.
Yeah, I prepared myself. I'm all good.
Ready to go?
He
Yeah.
just kind of like looks at you, like raises his eyebrow, like you sure?
Yeah.
And he reaches
I
out,
slowly,
both hands again.
Yeah.
Do you resist?
No.
Okay. Suddenly, the two of you appear back with him, just in the entrance, looking into what is the giant library. Derek, this one is a little bit quicker. This is like just about 12 seconds. Did you try to do anything real sneaky when he left, or did you just keep freaking out?
There's much I could do. Just, I know he said I could look at the books, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff inside to look at.
Pull one of the books and look at it.
Cool. The first couple you reach for are definitely illusions, but after a bit you find one that is actually real. Welcome back, Blair. Do you hear us? Awesome.
Okay, we can
And
wait.
so, as Tinny and Kalis appear back there with Mr. Morsashi and Derek, now we're going to cut back to simultaneously happening. Oh, I split the party 4 ways. It's great. Adrian's just been spamming this fucking button, and you finally hear it just faintly, like it stops moving at the bottom, and after about 6 or 7 seconds, you hear the hum, and the sound starts getting a little bit louder as it's coming up to you. Is there anything the three of you want to do or prepare as you're waiting for this, or are you just chilling out?
Is it
Going
like,
out.
yeah, is it just taking a long time to?
It seemed kind of slow. It took a little bit for him to get down there. Not super long, but it's just started coming back up now. So you've got probably 25 seconds.
This went to shit really fast.
Yeah, that was not out. That's not how I was expecting it to go at all. But I mean, it hasn't gone bad necessarily yet.
I don't know. I expected to see more guards by now. This is.
Yeah, that is kind of strange.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself,
Okay, copy that. And
and then I'll just wait for the elevator.
Kalis, just because I think it's hilarious, give me another con save.
Yep.
Con save, right?
Yeah.
That's a 4. It's a 2 plus 2 is 4.
Yeah.
Minus.
You land, and you can't stop this one.
It's that corn dog.
And just right on the ground. Oh, goodness me! You weren't kidding, were you?
Oh, really?
Goodness.
Not at all.
And he shakes his head. It's like a brief flash of frustration before he smiles and clasps his hands again. Right! Peruse, I'll be right back! And he, again, vanishes.
Where is everybody?
Where did everybody
the-
go?
No, I don't say that out loud. I I telepathically communicate to both of them that the others ran toward the door when they were being disappeared to teleport you two.
In my head, I'll say idiots.
And
Yeah.
boom, he appears back there. And he hilariously, you're not sure why, but he literally sounds like a mop and bucket, and he just kind of waves his hand, and it just starts automatically taking care of that. I'll have to come get that later, I'm afraid. Yes! Let's proceed! And he ushers the three of you in. And, yeah, it's a crazy library. This is ridiculous how big it is in this place. Really starts to make you question the physics of the outside of this building compared to the inside. And yeah, I don't have anything else to add on that. But before we cut back to Milo in the basement, let's go ahead and take our break. 'Cause it is about that time. So you have a few minutes to maybe stop panicking so much and figure something out. And we'll see what happens when we come back.
Straight up threaten him.
We're back. Milo. You pull the door open. You look inside this dusty little warehouse room. You hear the lift door close behind you, and it starts to go back up. You still have seen and heard no one else, no other movement, nothing down here. What would you like to do?
I'm going back to the other door that's locked and opening that one.
Sure. Give me that same check again, as it is still locked.
Ten.
You got a little
Be higher
cocky.
than that.
You also... Wow, what'd you roll?
You
I
rolled
rolled
a
a 4.
7. Oh, you rolled a 4.
Yeah, I rolled a 7. I rolled a
But-
4, and then my dexterity, and then my
And then proficiency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got a little cocky on this one. You rush the job a little bit, you fuck it up, but also, right as you're like halfway through it, you realize that you didn't consider that there might be something else to this lock that wasn't there on the other one, and a little jolt of electricity just kind of zaps you. Nothing huge, 3 points of electric damage. As you get zapped, you kind of drop the tool, and then this little arcane message appears in front of you that just reads, "Forgot your key?"
I'm just gonna chuckle at it and just walk away like nothing ever happened.
Awesome.
Yeah, no way he doesn't know now.
And Milo, as you walk away, would you go back to the other door? Where are you headed?
We're just gonna go into the storage area and go to the door on the right.
Okay. You step up to it. You see this one is not locked. A quick little test would tell you that. And this is a much smaller door than the big one leading into this room. This is like a normal, door that Goliath would fit through, but not anything bigger than that. And would you like to attempt to open it?
Yes.
Pull this door open. See that this looks like a room where they do... It's kind of a smaller scale version of the room that you're currently standing in. Looks like they do like smaller orders and shipping here, and like the things that are sent are physically tinier here. It almost looks like someone left, not really in a hurry, but like they didn't like clean up everything at the end of their shift or whatever. There's still some stuff around. It's a bit messier in here. You give me a perception check.
Sure. Seven.
You see what looks like there's a calendar on the wall next to another door that's just kind of across this little room from you, another smaller door. There's a little calendar there, there's some notes and stuff on it, and next to that is a clipboard that has a little kind of cursory map with labels of kind of the different rooms that are here. It seems this is probably for employees. I accidentally closed out of my folder, so let me get back to that real quick and send you it. So yes, this is the worst thing I threw together in Paint in 5 minutes because my actual map I have hand-drawn. So to explain what Mikey is seeing, each of the letters just kind of notes a different room in there. Each of those obnoxious red rhomboids is a door. There's a whole bunch of doors in this place, a handful of different rooms. That's the hallway you came out of at the top there. And you are currently in room B at the top. You can make that out from the little map across from you. And as you're looking at that, let's cut back to let's come back to the lift gang. At this moment, the lift has ascended. The door pulls open slowly, kind of rattles a bit, and there you are. There's no Milo. There's no option to go up, only down.
Step in.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit the button for down.
Hit the button, and you begin to descend. Now, back out in the museum proper. Mr. Morsashi proceeds to show you dramatically, and still a little bit rushed, still just like he's excited to get to the good stuff, through the rest of the Cobalt Compendium, and starts to bring you up to Ring 5. I will say... Oh, man. I won't say. You guys are so imperceptive. The 3 here. It's actually really bad.
I have a really
Can
good
I- can I-
perception.
Yeah, you're not
Not
there.
bad.
Yeah, you're not there.
Yeah, Val, you're with
yeah,
us.
You're,
I
you're on the
know, I
left.
could-
Yeah,
I know. I just want to be included.
it's fair. No, your perception's crazy. But these 3, not so much. So he
Can I make a...
Does
can
my
I-
little bird count? It has its own perception score.
What's its passive?
It is actually. Let me find it. I think it's Fuck! I just had this. Does it say its passive perception is 16?
16. Okay, and remind me again how exactly. I mean, like you can't like see through it all the time or anything
don't-
like that.
Think so. No.
If it sees something you don't, it doesn't seem necessarily keen to alert you of it. But good call. Danny, what were you saying?
Can I see? Can I make an insight check as to like see if there's maybe a slight change in his behavior?
Sure.
18.
Doesn't seem to be. Still excited. Still going about
Okay.
his duties.
All right.
Mhm.
And as
Can I
he,
go up?
sure.
Oh, sorry. Actually, that was a 19. Sorry, not that it matters probably.
No, still very hard to read this man. Tinny, what are you saying?
I was just going to go up and like just tap him on the shoulder first and see if there's. I'm just curious if he's actually there, and then just be like, "Where did you get the idea for this entire exhibit? It's so elaborate."
As you're approaching him, you notice he's kind of like turning mid flourish, and he sees you. He doesn't shy away from you, reaching out to touch him or anything. He's there. He feels as firm as a dragonborn you would expect to feel. And sorry, what was your question again?
I just generic like, "Where did you come up with the idea for this exhibit? It's so elaborate."
As you ask that, he's just leading you out of it, and he doesn't go into explaining all that. He actually just kind of picks up his pace a little bit. Wait until you see the next one. Oh my goodness, it's one of my favorites. But yes, I've always loved history. I mean, there's so much to learn from it all, and I find that most people shirk that responsibility, and then they are doomed to, you know how it goes. Let's proceed, let's proceed. And leading you up to the 5th ring now. And you are quite a bit higher than where you started. You're definitely, something is off about the physicality of the outside to the inside here. You feel way higher up than you should be. This is of course, scaled down, but hyper-realistic recreation of Fort Thunderhead during the siege of the Spider Queen. And it is crazy. Absolutely crazy how detailed and just how big this thing is. You're actually like walking among the battlefield throughout this, and like a little pathway through it. There is this giant, like gargantuan figure that is just one of the little signs labels it as Cosmoth the Endless, supposedly one of the primordials. It's just ridiculous, like 10 arms, 3 heads, claws, fangs, wings, horns, spines, tails, tentacles, like every horrible Lovecraftian thing you can put on this thing it has. And there's a particularly stunning depiction of the Stormlord in all of his righteous fury, just impaling the Spider Queen to a mountain across the ravine, while holding two of her now torn from her body legs in his other hand. And it's crazy. There is, Mr. Morsashi mentions that there's a full hour-long illusory documentary that goes through everything, but you guys don't have time for that right now. It's a shame Volkar left. I wanted to do one nice thing for him, and he leaves before we get to it. So maybe someday he'll find his way here.
Maybe you can just pretend he's there right now and do the nice things for him.
Yes. But
an illusion. You feel like the Jedi spirit of Volkar appears. Use the Force, Kalis. Use the Force.
Yes. Unfortunately not. It is sweaty palm time for everyone, and as you're going through all of this, is there anything the three of you are doing? Just generally throughout this next little span of time, then we're going to hop back to the basement crew.
Sitting in the elevator like dun doo 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 doo.
Danny,
How
what was
long
that?
has it been since I got transformed again?
Since you got transformed again, I would say not super long. A lot of these are in pretty quick intervals. Like, again, especially with him picking up his pace more, it's probably only been like 3.5 minutes, maybe. Yeah, so you still have a good bit of time there.
Okay. Otherwise, I don't do anything.
Okay. Back downstairs. Milo, you are looking into room B on the map, coming from room I, by the way. That's the direction you've come from. And as you look out, you can see on the, I'll just say south side, the bottom side of it, is like a doorway. There's no door there. It's just like open, and it leads out into what you can see is labeled as... let me scroll back down through all my goddamn shit. This is where they keep scrolls, books, and tomes and other stuff. And though you can't see it, you know that it's connected to what is labeled as like the employee like locker and like storage room. That's room C. And what are you doing looking at all of this?
What is this blue thing on the bottom of room B again?
That is
That's like
just the opening in the wall, like the doorway that leads to the next room there.
Okay, we're walking into room D.
Okay. You take about 2 steps, and you just hear this from beneath you very quickly. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. As you step, you feel part of the floor, like, jolt down for a second and then begin to spring upward, and you step off of it. You can see hidden under a little rug is just like a little, like, springboard tile that would probably have shot you with enough force to almost make you hit the ceiling. And it just, and the rug just goes flying across the room, but you manage to avoid it as the tile just slowly descends back to meet the floor. But you proceed up to the precipice of room D without further encounter. And looking out into room D, it is very, very well organized down here. You don't even actually see too many scrolls or books or tomes around. Stuff seems to be in cases and crates and all labeled and super well organized. There's a couple tiers of shelving in there, and you see the couple other doors labeled on the map. Actually, I'm just gonna send you the list. I should have done this in the first place. Oh, god damn it. It took away the numbers, the letters. Sorry, let me type this out so I don't have to keep saying what all the rooms are. Goddamn formatting. Come on. There you go. Let me edit that real quick. Grabbed a random thing from the wrong spot. There we go. That's everything.
Yes.
Oh my god, it even screwed that up. Sorry, dude. I'm fighting Discord right now. I'm fighting for my life. There we go. Jesus. Deleted one thing and it fucked everything up. Okay, there we go. You have that. Those are all correct. A through I. And I'll say, as you're stepping in, looking into room D, the other three of you have arrived. The lift door pulls open. You see the same hallway. You see the closest door to you is closed. You see the one down on the far side. Milo, did you shut it all the way? Did you leave it a little bit open? What'd you do here?
The
The
door
big
I
door
went
that
through?
brought you into room I, yeah.
I left it enough that I could get through it.
Okay. Cool. It is slightly ajar, the door on the far side of the hallway. Then you also see the one labeled bathroom in the middle. And that's what you see. What are you doing?
That looks about Milo-sized.
I'm going to detect magic.
Sure.
I'm just going to keep it up on me. All right. Let's try and make this quick, huh? Let's find this coin I'm looking for and anything else valuable down here, and let's get the fuck out.
Agreed.
Agreed.
So, I think I missed it. The room that Milo unlocked previously, is that door ajar or is that open?
It
Or
is
is that
slightly open. Yeah, it's
Okay.
like halfling open. Like
Halfling open.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Gonna open that up. Is there anything in there magic wise? Any pings I'm getting from detect magic from that room?
Just little bits. But again, you see the same kind of warehouse shipping room in there, and there's like little bits of just stuff that seems more like it's like work gear that's used. Nothing like crazy shows up here.
And there's 2 warehouse doors, right?
Yes, there are 2 straight across from you, and then there's a door on the right side which is open right now.
Okay. Chances are Milo's probably gone through the doors that he just left wide open.
And are you guys trying to be quiet, or are you just?
I think at this point, I think it's more speed than it is
Yeah, I
stealth.
think we're
to be
trying
honest
to
with
go
you.
as fast as humanly possible.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Quilly, if you want to be quiet, you can certainly try.
No,
but they're
she's-
not. So.
Nah,
Okay.
she'll follow them.
Let's just try
Milo.
and catch up with Milo.
As you are looking into room D here, you begin to hear footsteps and then familiar voices behind you, following the same way that you just came in here. Whether or not you do anything with that is up to you, but as they are approaching into room B, what do you do?
So am I in room D right now, or like?
You're like just in the doorway between B and D, like looking into it. Will you tell me where you want to go from here?
Okay. Since I do hear them, we're gonna go to the door on the left of the D, or I guess, yeah. If I'm facing in towards D from B, the door on the left.
So over to H.
Yes.
Okay.
But also, I want to be a little more, I guess, careful and trying to be a little bit more cognizant, especially after seeing that last trap.
Sure. Give me an investigation check as you move.
Sure. A 1.
That last
about
one is
right.
pretty cleverly hidden. There's no rugs here, though, so you feel pretty safe.
Sounds
you,
good to
trot,
me.
you trot your way across. I guess I'll also ask you at this moment, because I was kind of going off the previous stealth with this. If you're intending to stay stealthy, please give me another stealth check here.
Sure.
This got so much more tense than I
22.
thought it would. 22? Yeah, man. Just a whisper in the night. You just glide across the floor. Nothing blows up or kills you, so that's good. As you get over to the door attached to room H, it is actually a few inches open. And looking into it does, in fact, seem to be the room where they store weapons and armor and stuff here. And again, most stuff's packed away, and you don't actually see it out in the open. but that is what you're looking to. Would you like to enter into it?
No. We're gonna go to the far door.
Okay, and as you start heading over there, the rest of you are just about to enter into room B, which I know you don't have the map quite yet. Adrian at the lead, I'm gonna say with the rug being thrown off of it and your investigation passively being as high as it is, you definitely notice some kind of pressure activated thing just kind of like in the middle of this room here. And because it's not hidden or anything, all three of you looking into this room would see the same map and labels, and so I'm just going to put these in the journal, and those of you who are not in the basement, just don't look at it, please. I'm asking that entirely trust-based decision because I don't want to send this a bunch of times. And let me get the labels for you there. Journal. Again, red things are doors. You are just coming from room I into room B. And that little blue thing there is just kind of the open doorway heading down to D. And this just looks like, yeah, it's shipping, little employee area. Looks pretty normal, actually. And I want all three of you down here to roll me perception. This is to see if you notice Milo or not across the next room. You also have inspiration, by the way.
Perception, 18.
Okay. I just realized I didn't turn off my air conditioner. And Mr. Val, perception, please. If you're here, Josh.
He's in a
Mr.
different
Josh.
plane.
Josh.
Can you hear us?
Josh.
Sorry,
Shut-
my thing just cut out.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
My audio. My audio. I was trying to fix it. That's what I was trying to do. And
You're good. Yeah, it does that. It's the fucking internet. Gotta love it. I would like a perception check, and this is to see if you can spot Milo down the way.
so that was a 12 for perception, plus 7. So 19. So yeah.
None of you see Milo.
Fuck.
Got a 22.
And H is a jar, right? H towards the jar.
Let me pull.
That's the room we're
back
peering
up.
into, I think, right?
Looking into.
So no. You're kind of just looking into B from I to B right now.
Into B, okay.
Yes,
Oh.
into B. Milo is, not that you guys know this, but he is across D, approaching the door to E there on the bottom side.
I don't see him. What about you guys?
Mm-mm. He's a sneaky little bastard.
Milo, you're very aware that the three of them are there as you head over there. And looking at this.
Okay. A is the entryway from the elevator, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You can presume that's the other big door to the hallway that was not opened by Milo. And Milo, you walk on up to the door. It's definitely locked. Definitely seems to have some kind of physical trap on this. You're not sure exactly what it does. It looks like the kind of thing you could maybe tinker with. And stop from doing whatever it's going to do. I completely forgot the word I was trying to say there, but
I will try to disarm said trap.
sure. This is going to be the same check as picking the lock, as it is a physical trap here.
Oh, yikes. We're at 10.
10. You step up, and you begin to tinker with it. And after a couple seconds, you're like, what the fuck is up with this thing? Like, this doesn't make physical sense. And as it clicks that it's not a real lock or trap to the door, it's physically there, but it's not actually. It's just a fake thing added on there. You're like, huh. You take one step back, and just blasting out from the ceiling above you is just this wave of force that just slams you into the ground. And oh no, where'd it go? You suffer only. I rolled pretty bad on that, so that's good for you. 3 points of force damage as you just get slammed into the ground. All of you in the other room, you see this happen. Milo just bam hits the ground by the door at the bottom of room
Found him.
D.
I look at both of them. Milo?
Yes.
Not a very good thief, is he?
Can I wanted to do, like, can I try to block off the entrance from A to B with whatever, like, pieces of wood or something?
Sure.
Should we block it off? I just don't want people to enter.
Give me, if you want to do that, give me an investigation check. This will be just to find something that'll fit.
We do have to get out.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's another way out.
I doubt it. I think that elevator's there for a reason.
Yeah, that's the only way in and out.
If I had to guess,
Then never mind, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. And for a brief moment, before we come back, you are, well, actually no, there would be more time with them up on the fifth ring, so we'll stay down here for a little bit longer before we come back up.
so this is Milo trying to get into E, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We just
And we're in room D. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'd
see
say
Milo.
you're free to step in there, and you can see that the door to room H is pulled open a bit as well.
Is
but he
my
yes,
is my detect magic
definitely.
pinging
When you
anything in
walk
this room?
here, oh yeah, every crate, every shelf, everything in here, there is something magic of all sorts around.
Am I getting anything out of the usual?
No. Seems pretty standard. Some stuff seems kind of strong. A lot of it seems kind of weak. A lot of it seems that, again, it's kind of like the shelves themselves have some kind of enchantment on them. And it's a whole smattering of stuff here.
Would I know if the coin puts off a different type of magic than what's normal?
There's speculation. The other one seemed to actually throw up a lot of transmutation.
Okay.
But again, the information about these is really, really low, so you're not sure, but that's the best you have.
Am I
Can
getting
I-
anything transmutation-wise from this room?
There's a bit. As you look around, it seems to be like the bits you can see. It seems that the label there of this being scrolls and books and stuff seems accurate. There's a lot of stuff that's, as I said, in crates and out of view. There is some transmutation. There's stuff from all the schools here, actually. Just kind of not even really organized by school. But Val, what are you saying?
Can I look? I'm going to also cast Detect Magic, but see if I can find anything that feels familiar.
Familiar how?
Like some kind of a magic that I've personally experienced.
I mean, detect magic would
Can
give
I-
you the
can I
school
just-
of stuff.
Can I
It
just
wouldn't,
like? Can I? I'm gonna message you really quick.
Okay. As he does that, everyone else in the room looking at what you see here, what's the move? As Milo, I'd say you're probably just standing up, dusting yourself off. It seems that your time of hiding from them is over at the moment.
You done
we
doing your
actually
own solo
can-
thing?
Milo, do you never learn the consequences of your actions?
Sure.
Great.
Right.
Val, to answer your question, I mean, not really. All seems to be kind of just standard. Just get the school of magic that's around here, and so they're all represented here, but nothing.
There are a lot of valuable things, but I don't think what you're looking for is here.
Yeah, I doubt it either. Okay, so we got, if I remember correctly, the door to H. Milo
Is-
already open that.
As far as you're aware,
Right.
yes, it is
Okay.
open, pulled
It's
open a little
ajar.
bit at the moment. Yes.
Gotcha. All right. Milo, why don't you keep working on that lock? And I'm going to see what's in H.
Yeah.
Mainly looking for just like, I'm more looking for magical pings than I am looking for physical items, really. Yeah.
Okay. Milo, if you want to give another look at the door, you have come to the conclusion that whatever lock and trap you were messing with is not real. It is not actually a part of the door. So I don't know what you want to do with that information. But Adrian, as you look into room H, there's a lot of illusion you get here. You kind of get the sense that a lot of the weapons and armor here are maybe made to look a little better, maybe cooler than they should be.
Okay.
And yeah, that's a pretty simple room here, honestly. There's more stuff around. You see actually some of the weapons and armor that are out. You can see there's kind of a corner section that looks like B stock and maybe like discarded stuff or stuff to be discarded. And you also get illusion from the wall to G. Only the top half of it, though. Or I guess almost like top 2/3 of it. So starting at like 8 feet up and going up because the ceilings here are pretty high.
So it's like a shelf?
You don't know. Well, I guess, well, no, you're still in D right now. So you haven't pinged that yet. But yeah, the illusion of the top half of the wall that separates H from G the top half of it seems to be illusory.
And there's a door to H to G as well, right?
Yep, there's the door. Door seems real.
Okay. I'm going to step back into D and it's like, hey, come check this out. All of you. And I'm going to step back into G. Looking at that wall, looking at that door specifically, is there any traps or anything like that?
Roll to investigate.
That's just an investigation bonus, right? Just a straight bonus.
Yes.
That would be a 16.
A 16, you say.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is an investigation or an intelligence check?
Investigation.
19.
19. It is. Weirdly, it's unlocked, but it is trapped.
Okay.
There is an arcane trap on it, for sure.
Has Milo come into the room?
Yes.
You want to try and disarm this trap on this door?
Sure.
Good man.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to summon the mage hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send it up to the illusory part of the wall and have it touch it. Not while he's picking the lock, but just waiting for him to do his thing. But I'm going to send it up there in position to touch that part.
Okay. Milo, give me that check again. What's the
Okay.
locks here? Traps.
I got a 1.
Oh, of course you did.
And that one, or
That one.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
halfling, right?
You are a halfling, so you can reroll that.
Yeah, you reroll ones.
Yeah.
Which means you should have rerolled the last one you rolled.
It's okay. I got a 1 again.
What the
What
fuck
the
is this?
fuck?
Jesus.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's really the only way for you to get a 1, technically.
God.
So,
5%
It's
chance,
officially
boys.
worse than Kalis with
Yeah.
ones. There's no way.
Milo, you go over there, and you're already, like, you're kind of a little bit shaken up. Like, you started out feeling good, now there's people here telling you what to do and being loud and shit, and you're just like, God damn it, you fucked up the last couple things, and they saw it. That's probably the worst part for him. And you get up to it, and you're not really, like, paying that much attention to it. You're just like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it. Can I get a Constitution saving throw from you? And I should have asked this beforehand. Adrian, how far from the door are you?
I wouldn't be that close. I'd be more like middle of the room because once I know it's trapped, I'd take a step back.
Okay. cool. Yeah, Milo, give me that Constitution save.
14.
14. You reach out and you touch it. And immediately, only you hear this, no one else, there is just this deafening ringing sound and a bright flash of light. Again, the rest of you don't see or hear any of this. And you immediately become deafened and blinded.
Oh.
So Milo comes over to the door, he touches it, and he just stops for a second. What's your response to this? As everything is just white and just blaring tinnitus right now.
We're just gonna take a seat. You know, take it all in.
You should take it all in.
Milo
Yep,
just
take it
sits
all in.
down.
You okay,
Gonna poke him.
Milo? Does the
And suddenly you hear these two quick, heavy thumps from the other side of the door before it just bursts the fuck open, and a fucking
fuck.
polar bear starts going right toward Milo. You guys are all gonna roll initiative. We're gonna cut back upstairs.
What the fuck?
Everything.
What the fuck did we do?
I know
Oh, no.
why.
How does he roll 2 nat 1s in a row?
It's so unfortunate. And I'm gonna make this worse. I know this is gonna sting. I should have goaded you with the inspiration die, but I forgot because you were only 1 under the save, but I should have done it, but I didn't think about it. I know, but it's too late now. I'm sorry, but you still have your inspiration die. And back up. So, initiative rolls from those who are present, please.
Oh, God.
Let me roll some.
We are so fucked.
Oh.
Well, at least we regrouped with Milo before he tried this door.
Yeah. at
That's
least
the
he
only
wasn't
silver
alone.
lining I'm
Yeah,
getting.
no,
out of
you're all
this.
here. You're all here. So that's
Only
fucking
thing I think
good.
it's positive.
Jesus Christ. I just forgot what I was doing.
I have an idea that might help us, but I don't know.
Alrighty. Anyone above a 20?
I think Milo got a 21.
21.
21. Val, did I see a hand there?
I got exactly 20. I got a 17, so plus 3. So 20.
Okay. Jesus Christ, I can't write. Wrote Volcar. Goddamn
I
names
mean,
being too
if you-
close.
I don't
If
like
you
that
want-
smile, Izzy. I don't like that smile.
If you really want Volcar back, we can kill off Val tonight, and then Volcar will make his opponent.
This is what
his
happens. There's a
awful
polar
would
bear.
that be,
There's a polar
though?
bear trying to eat Milo
There's a
right
giant. There's
now.
a giant polar
Quilly,
bear,
what'd you
yes.
get?
14.
Adrian?
14.
Oh shit. Who's got the higher dex? I can. Well, actually, I don't know.
I have a
I
12.
got plus 2 at 14, yeah.
So you're higher.
Copy that. And so, it's technically not first in the initiative, but it does get us a nice little surprise round off on this, as none of you are ready for this. It happens very suddenly. So, Milo, you are blinded and deafened. You sit down, and suddenly everyone else sees a polar bear tear through this fucking door and take a bite and a swipe at him. The bite definitely hits, and the swipe, 16 also hits.
Hey, we
forgot the
cleric here.
What do you mean? You're fine. You take 10 piercing on the first one and 9 slashing on the second. That is 19 total. I rolled ungodly high on that. And yeah, Milo, you hit the ground and suddenly you just feel horrible piercing, slashing pain across your face, your torso, your arms, just swiftly. And it feels like a bear is mauling you. I will say, just for flavor, it just grabs you in its jaw and shakes you around a bit and slams you into the ground. And yeah, we'll pick up there. So, as this is all happening, back upstairs, entirely
Oh, good.
unaware of everything happening, he finally is bringing you up to the 6th and final ring of the first floor. And
Oh, this is just the first floor.
this is the first floor. Yeah, this
Oh,
place is big.
Lord.
This place is really big. Yeah. You have no idea what the second floor is. There are, as you get up there, you step into this room and the lighting and the soundscape and everything changes around you. And you see 2 entire dragon skeletons intertwined around each other, both suspended in the air, tails both drooping down on either side. And he starts immediately going over the tale of Vinu, Lady of the Skies, and Huldra, the Nocturnal, and how Vinu, being a silver dragon, was she had an entire city before the war built in her honor atop the tallest peak in all of Exandria, and she was worshipped almost as a god in her own right and loved, and she was a very agreeable and friendly as a dragon can be. And the other one was a green dragon who was known for stalking the thick southern forests of Wild Mount and being insidious and destructive and wicked, and sort of she had built a labyrinth of sorts and would torture, in her eyes, mere mortals by putting them through this insane maze of saw-like puzzles and torture devices, and was just one of the most hideous, awful creatures to exist, and spends what's going to be the next few minutes, barring any interruption, going over how the 2 of them, because the green dragon kind of found herself well aligned with the betrayer gods and was actually utilized by them, and the silver one was not with the prime deities, but just so good-natured and essentially kind of had a personal vendetta against the green one, and they fought for months on end until at last they both killed each other, forever intertwined. And the best you can tell looking at this, these seem to be actual legitimate full preserved dragon skeletons. This looks legitimate. And this room is crazy. And so if there's anything you guys want to do while you're in here, let me know. If not, you're going to be in here for a little bit of time. Gonna have to hop back to the basement.
I feel like at this point, like Tini and Kalis have both just like given up or now on like date part 2.
I would
Yeah,
say,
this is date part 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
good. Kalis, you've got probably another like 3 minutes till you got to re-up.
To be honest, when he's with Tinny, he doesn't even time's flying by. To be honest, he might totally forget to drink that little potion.
I'll let you decide
Tini's
that.
on your Tini's on your shoulder and Tini's monitoring it for sure.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. The not confusingly named Tinny and Teeny. It's great. It's beautiful. Derek, any notes to add? Just what's Derek thinking right now as this weird situation is upon him?
He is thinking how screwed everyone is right now.
Good. And with that, we are going to
And
cut
trying
back.
to think possible ways to get out of this.
That is fair. Unfortunately, you might have a little bit of time as Iron Dan. Simultaneously, back down to the basement. Milo is being mauled by a fucking polar bear. It grabs him. I'm gonna say it throws him like 5 feet. He just slams into the ground, and Milo looks so out of it. He looks like he's hardly even aware of where it came from right now. He's looking bad. However, Milo, you are first in the initiative order. And so it is your turn. You are blinded, you are deafened, you are on the ground, you have no idea. You know the rough direction where this thing, whatever it was, just tried to murder you. And if my math is correct, a certain thing that we've discussed might be applying in this moment. So let that flavor Milo's actions, if you will. But stuff seems real bad right now. What the fuck is he doing?
I don't know if I added right, but I thought I was down. I'm not gonna lie.
What did
I
you?
knew
Oh,
it.
because you already got hit.
He took
Yeah,
damage from the
no,
traps.
you
The
are actually
traps?
out.
Yeah, the traps
You are
will work.
actually, yeah, that was just
Shield
enough.
upstairs?
Yeah, Milo, just limp body hits the ground. So actually, give me that death save.
So business as usual.
Oh man,
Business as usual.
Oh,
Yep.
again. What do I
What'd you
roll
get?
for this?
just
again?
flat d20.
Just
Yep.
a 20.
And the DC is in fact a 12. now.
12.
I got a 6.
One fail. Milo just torn up by this fucking bear, flung a few feet, hits the ground, and looks direly bad. Val, it's your turn. I will say, I don't have a map for this specifically. This room, looking at the dimensions of it, left to right is about 40 feet, and then bottom to top is about 30 feet. And the ceilings are 25 high.
All right.
And I would
so-
say you are just coming out of the door from D to H right now, so you're kind of right over there. I'd say you and Quilly are.
Gotcha. Coming into this, I see the bear attacking Milo.
Oh yeah, you see and hear it. It's not subtle, dude. It's a polar bear.
It's a
Busts
bear.
through a
I-
fucking door and murders a halfling.
I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force to make the bear think he's being bound by chains.
Sure.
Like these chains just like first seem in the bear's mind at least. I
What's the
craft
save
an
on that?
illusion that takes and he has to make an intelligence saving throw of 14.
That's an 11, but with a -4, he gets a 7.
So everybody else sees the chains and you can definitely tell that they're an illusion, but in the bear's mind, it believes it's being bound in chains.
Sure. Smart. And it definitely seems to work. It lets go of Milo. It kind of just starts huffing and like looking around a little bit and looking a little bit threatened. Does that also deal damage?
Yeah, I do. 1d6.
1d6.
6.
Nice.
And I have to concentrate to keep it up, so I have it in concentration.
Copy that.
Believe.
Yeah, you
It's a
seem to have stopped the
concentration.
bear for now. So that's good.
Is it a concentration? Yeah, it is a concentration.
It is concentration. Yep. So you still have movement and an bonus action.
All right. My movement is to go and try and get Milo and try and like while keeping my eyes on this thing and try and as a bonus action, can I pick him up? And if I have enough movement left, like just back him away.
I would say you'd have enough to. You could get over there. I would say you could drag him,
Yeah.
like an extra 5 feet
Would-
away.
Would the bear get an attack of opportunity?
The bear
No, he's bound.
could,
he's
but
still
it
bound.
currently believes it cannot move because it's held in chains, and it's real dumb.
Forced movement too, if he's dragging my.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, it's not going to. It is currently occupied with other things.
It thinks it's being bound by like it's got like a
Well,
muzzle.
but I mean,
that
you can
thinks-
still technically attack while you're like grappled or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
It is
So
true,
That's what worries me.
It's distracted at the moment.
Okay.
It's also not necessarily worried about Milo being a threat, you know. So
Also, Val's magic looks sickly almost like when he's like happy and about, but this was like an attack spell. So it's this mist, this like black greenish mist that he's using to create this sort of these chains out of.
sure.
Very Thresh League of Legends esque.
Nice. And as those are wrapped around it, you can see it's kind of swaying its head and struggling and like trying to like claw and bite at them a little bit. Does stumble forward about 5 feet in doing so, but is so wrapped up in this right now that it is unable to reach any of you at the moment and actually isn't going to do anything. So that's a very effective spell, it seems. Quilly, it is your turn. Again, you are right over by the door, and it's about 15 feet away from you right now. The bear.
Okay. I think Quilly is just going to run towards Milo and Val holding Milo. And she is going to, you owe me for this. She's going to pour the potion of greater healing into Milo's mouth.
Sure. Roll for that. I can't believe you got 2 1s, man. That's so unfortunate. Holy
This was
fuck.
your time to shine. This was a heist.
I'm pretty sure I had 3 1s with the one before.
Wasn't
Yeah.
the greatest.
Yeah,
I rolled
you rolled
2
like 3
ones.
ones.
Is it? I think
Oh,
it's
God.
because you're using the digital dice.
Yeah, we gotta get you some physical dice.
Fair.
That's 11 points of healing though.
Cool. Yeah, you come back to some of your senses, however, still blinded and deafened at the moment. You
And
feel
then-
yourself being dragged across the floor, and you come back to consciousness.
Is the door that the bear it's knocked down, that there's no more door?
Nope. Not well. I mean, the door's there, but it's not attached to the hinges anymore. It's on the ground.
Can I hold a rage? Because if the bear looks like it's not it's not paying attention to us.
It's still paying attention to you. Like, it looks like if it didn't believe it was bound in chains, it would be trying to kill you right now. It just has other things going on. I would say holding a rage, because it's a bonus action. I'll let you do that in this case. You have a few seconds to prep for that. So I'd say, what's the trigger for it?
Trigger for it. I want everyone to get through the door. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
wait. Till...
Well, what is going to set off your rage?
Oh,
Because
what's
we
going
need
to
to know
set off?
specifically what's going to set it off. Like what when you see
Oh,
the bear advancing or like breaking through
yeah.
the spell.
Yeah, if the bear looks like it's breaking free from the spell.
Okay. Copy that. Yeah, I'll let you hold that. Adrian, you are kind of dead center in the room, maybe about 10 feet in front of this bear, a few feet to the side of everyone else. What are you doing?
Cast a scorching ray at it, 2nd level.
Sure.
Oh, that's horrible. I think they're all gonna miss. Natural 1 and 2 12s.
What is happening?
2 of them hit.
Thank God. Okay.
Polar bear's not the highest AC. But the natural 1, man, it's a good thing Milo's not there. You actually, the 3rd one hits the door and it just ignites it immediately, but roll on the other 2.
It's gonna be 16 total. 16 total fire damage.
16 total. Yeah, bear, not like that. In the slightest. Still alive. Currently smoldering a bit and writhing in pain and agony, but alive.
Is it hurting pretty bad? Or is it? Is it
I mean,
all
it looks
right?
like it'd rather not be on fire. Bears are pretty hardy.
Me too, man. Me
It's
too.
that certainly hurt it for sure, but it
Okay.
still is. It's still thrashing around.
I'm gonna take
Will
like.
Bears care more about the fire damage?
Yeah.
No,
know,
all
vulnerable.
bears equally don't want to be lit on
Ice type,
fire.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, attack matchups.
I'm gonna take like 10
Is it
feet,
Pokemon?
10 steps back, like 10 feet. Just step back.
Sure.
Like 10
It's
feet.
super.
Sure. Back it up toward the other wall there.
Yep.
Um,
And then just to move the mage hand is an action, right? I know. Doing
I
an
wanna say
action with
yes,
it requires your
but
action, but what about moving it?
You can use your action to
Um,
control the hand.
Yeah, I believe the move is part of the control.
Got it. Okay, so I think that's all I can do.
Yeah,
I don't
you can
think I
move
do
it each time
bonus
you
action.
use it, so it is an action. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Okay.
For my turn. Yep. 1 and 2 5s. That's what I fucking rolled.
That's bad, man. Top of the round. Milo, it is your turn. You are still blind and deaf. You are alive, though. What are you trying to do? You really have, in those few seconds, you have no grasp of what's happening anymore. You hear Quilly telling you that you owe her as you come back. So you're pretty sure you're not in the jaws of whatever's going on.
how
All right, sorry, sorry, you're deaf. Yeah. Actually, yeah, Milo, what do you do as you come back? Yeah, you just have no idea what's happening. You're being dragged across the floor right now.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure Maya would just lie there and kind of just like
Yeah.
like ringing in his ear and like rubbing his face with one hand and like in his ear on the other one and just trying to like figure it all out. And that's honestly all he's doing.
All I'm seeing is just Archer anytime someone gets tinnitus and they just mop, mop.
A little serious. Tinnitus is serious, okay, bro? That shit. Sometimes it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it sucks. Okay. There's a disoriented Milo. Val, your turn. You are still dragging Milo, who is moving and semi-aware again.
All right,
What?
I'm gonna
Doesn't
drop
look good.
him. I'm gonna drop him while keeping my eye on the bear. I like to move towards the illusory shelf.
The wall. That's like
Yeah,
right
the
next
wall.
to the bear. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You could get up to it. Although you don't. Adrian didn't declare that it was illusory, I don't believe. So
No.
you have no reason to think there's anything wrong. It just looks like a wall to you.
Unless it's detect magic.
Oh no, you have detect
I
magic
did-
up.
No,
you
you
do have
dropped
that
it
up.
because
Yeah.
I had it up. But
Had
because
it when
it's
you
a
walked in the
constant-
room.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a quick Arcana check. Just gonna see if you had enough time to ping this before dropping it, because this will happen very quickly.
Arcana.
Yep.
So that is a 16.
16, yes, I would say you would have pinged something on the wall was illusory just as you stepped in, and then you dropped it. You're not sure. You don't have the details quite that Adrian has, but yeah, you can approach it. You can get up to it, and you can feel the wall next to you is there.
I want to stick my head through it, see if I can see what's inside.
Yeah, no, the wall is there next to you.
Top.
You touch it. You weren't able to place exactly what on it was illusory, but as you get to it and you feel it, it is there.
Can I feel for anything like a hollow in the wall? Just something that, why would there be an illusion on it unless it's hiding something?
You could spend your action to
Yeah, I want to.
investigation check.
Yeah, I want to use my action for that.
Yeah, sure.
So, you said investigation.
Yep.
So that was a 19 plus 2, so the 21.
As you're reaching around, at some point you just kind of like bring your arm up and you feel around the upper part of your reach, it vanishes. There's no wall up there on the top half. And I love that you're doing this and there's just a bear like 5.5 feet from you just flailing around in these fucking chains.
I'm
yeah,
very
you
confident.
feel it.
Can I pull myself up there?
Not
Can I
this
use
turn.
my bonus?
No.
All right. So the bear is still 5 feet within. Is it within 5 feet of me? Right.
It's probably closer to 10 actually. You could have just gone straight up against that first wall there. So I'd say it's about 10 feet out, yeah. It's more center of the room now.
And I used my action, right?
Yes. Action
All right.
and I would say like 10 feet of movement.
Sorry, I'm trying to. Let me see. Is it as a bonus action or is it's an action for Mariner's Guy? Oh, damn it. I am going to. Damn it, that's an action as well.
I'll be a little lenient because I know it's a new character, but what
Yeah.
what you doing?
No, it's all in action. I am just gonna. I'm gonna no, I'm just gonna turn around towards the bear because I don't have an action and just I have my cutlass out and I'm just looking at this thing.
Okay, copy that. Its turn. Rolled a 16. -4. So
Failed.
still unable to see past this. Turns out polar bear not that smart against illusions. Does it take more damage?
I don't think so. But let me take
Only
a
if
look.
it-
at that.
Only if it
Maybe
believes it
illusions,
takes damage.
yeah.
You craft an
It's a-
illusion that takes root in the mind of the creature that you can see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failure, you create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of your choice that is no larger than a 10-foot
Oh,
cube.
it does do it every turn. If
Oh,
it's still
so
in
I
the
can just-
area or within 5 feet, it does it. So roll Roll me the damage twice because it would have done it last time as well.
So that's a 2.
Oh, on your turn. Actually,
And-
sorry. Only one.
Okay, so 2.
2. Okay.
Like it looks like this. There are little like round barbs in between the links. So when it pulls, it's scratching itself.
It does not like that at all. Quilly, your turn, and then it'll be Adrian.
Nice,
Polar
we
Bear
just-
is not breaking free at the moment.
Cool. So it looks like we're still muttering it. So, sure. So Quilly's going to. I'm so scared. Quilly's going to rage, and
Okay.
I'm going to use my new toy.
Yep. Roll me your first d20.
Mm-hmm. Right. That is an 8, and then
It's okay.
a 7. For 1 minute, you can do effects of the reduced spell.
Okay. So, Quilly, what do you intend to do in tandem with this?
In tandem, she was just gonna go for it. She was just gonna start running towards it.
Fuck yes. Let me pull up reduce.
You turn it into a tiny bear.
Quilly just starts to snarl and get angry and steps forward, and as she rushes toward, about 3 steps in, she just like Mario mushroom shrinks down to little baby
Wait,
Quilly.
she does? Oh,
She shrinks. And so your size is halved in all dimensions. Weight is 1/8 of normal. You are now a small creature. You have disadvantage on all strength checks and saving throws. And your weapon shrinks to match your new size, and all your weapon attacks do 1d4 less damage.
Adrian is
Fortunately,
very
your
confused.
rage kind of counters some of that, so it's
Yeah,
not
so it's
as
just-
damning. And Quilly, as you go to run, you just shrink down, and like you're not even aware of it. You're so feral, and I love to imagine just the little tiny feral screaming squeaks that come from Quilly as you step up and you see this bear's fucking huge. But you can attack. You can make your attacks against it with your little baby weapon.
So would it? So is it still disadvantage, or with my rage, would that just?
Oh, it's just
Make it
strength
flat.
checks and saving throws.
Okay.
So
that's-
not weapon attacks. They do 1d4 less damage, but the roll for them is not affected by that.
Would I still get? I still get advantage on attacks though.
If you're
Ye-
If
yeah,
you
if you're
use
being reckless about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be reckless about the first attack.
I can't believe this is the first one we get of all the options. So good.
So good. Enjoy it. It's gonna be for a while. Okay, that's
Man.
18, 23 to hit.
23. Yeah, that hits. Roll the second.
Oh, thanks. Second, yeah, 8.
8 does not hit. First one does, however. Go ahead and roll your damage there.
Yes, Dave. 3.
3 total, even with your like rage bonus?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem
I got. Yeah, I rolled a 1 on my D8. That's plus 2.
plus your strength plus your whatever you get from raging on top of that, right? Because you get extra stuff, I believe, unless I'm wrong on that now.
I believe it's just plus 2. I
Let
will
me
look
double check a
up.
thing real quick. Sorry, I'm starting a new campaign, and so I have everyone else's new characters on my mind, and so I'm fried right now. Advantage on strength check. Plus 2 melee damage with strength weapons. And what's your normal bonus here? Would be so yeah, it is plus 4. So you roll the 1, you get the plus 4. 'Cause you get the additional plus 2 from raging, so it's 5. However, I'm gonna roll 1d4 and subtract that, and that is a 2. So we're back to 3. Funny how that happens. Yeah, you run up and you just start swinging like crazy at this fucking thing.
Going at its
And at first one, you just swing so early, you just completely miss because you're so used to having a longer reach, and you're like, "What is happening?" You step forward, you swing, and you just start hacking at the ankles. And so Adrian
Oh, at the ankles.
and
okay.
Val,
What the-
you
I
see
should go for the
Quilly
toes
just
or
go
something.
fucking feral and just turn into a little munchkin and start hacking at this thing's fucking Achilles heel. And it's just like trying to like swat her away right there. It's so confused.
Guys, I think we should have like practiced on a liquor store before we started deciding to rob a museum.
I looked at Adrian.
Just completely like.
Isn't Queen like 5 feet already?
I'm not even mad because
Yeah.
this is just very
You're
in
halfling
line
sized.
with our
You're
character.
Milo. You're as tall as Milo right now. Oh my god. Adrian. Your
I
turn.
imagine she is Milo's size, but her hair has stayed the exact same
It's
size.
still as puffy
Sure.
and as
Yeah.
luscious.
It's even
Yeah.
bigger now. It's just like you're a little poof ball hair. And Adrian, as you see this, whatever the fuck strategy this is going on, what do you do?
Oh, Adrian's just fucking confused by this group. He's got a really bad thief and a warrior that shrunk down to a third of her size. I'll shoot another scorching ray at this thing at second level.
Sure. Do it.
I'm just trying to nuke it at this point.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, look at that. Another natural one. 12 and 22.
Roll damage on the first.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think we've had a session where we've rolled more natural ones.
Right.
This
yeah.
is
we started off
fucking.
with so
This
many
is the Three
20s.
Stooges. Like what the
Yeah,
fuck?
this is so bad. 9 on the first one.
9, Quilly. Your
Yeah.
hair lights on fire. You take 9 points of fire damage. You just get blasted because you're right underneath this thing. And Adrian, like, as you go to shoot, you're still like looking like, what the fuck? And you just aim there and you're like, oh shit, you correct for the other two. What were the hits on those?
It was 12 and 20 and 22.
Cool. Roll both.
You got hit with a 6. I just want to say that, okay? You got hit with a 6, all right? I rolled a 1 and a fucking 2 on this goddamn bear. All right, that's gonna be 8 damage.
8 damage. It's looking pretty bad and panicked right now. Definitely.
And then I'm just gonna
has been
say,
beat up.
as my bonus action, I'm gonna say, Val, stop fucking around and kill this bear, and that's it.
Cool. Top of the round, back to Milo, still blind and deaf. There are now no hands on you. You're not being dragged anywhere, and you are laying on the ground. What do you do? Oh, you're muted, I think.
At this point, I'm just gonna stand up and just start feeling things around, or not stand up. I guess, like like Velma looking for her glasses type thing, and be like, "What's going on here?"
Like, what the fuck is going on
Feeling
here?
around,
Yeah.
looking at
Give
stuff
me
on foot.
give me an investigation check at disadvantage. I love this. This
Hey,
is
go
the
back to
goofiest.
fighting
Someone
Chad.
draw this fucking scene, please. I need to see this shit. Just Adrian's just
Oh.
pure, just
Like,
hatred
up
of
top,
everything,
just calm, and then downstairs
You
just
got a 3.
and just a 3. You're feeling around. You don't feel anything that feels like feet. You feel definitely your blood. You kind of smear that around. You're like, oh shit. You reach over and you grab what feels like the hilt of a small blade on the ground. And you have that. I would say if you want to do anything else, could I don't know. Tell me what you want to do, I guess, because
Honestly, that's probably it. That's probably it.
that's probably it. You just feel this. You feel no feet,
Every-
and you're just like,
feel
oh
around.
fuck.
Looking for what's going on, trying to figure something out.
Awesome. I love it. Val, it's your turn.
All right. Just looking at all of this, I'm like, I'm gonna swing at it with I'm gonna go towards the bear. Try to just put it out of its misery.
Sure. Go for it. I
Natural
would
one.
say I'll give you flank on this because Quilly's right up there, so roll with advantage.
Wait. All right. So that was a 12 plus 5, so that's 17.
That hits. Danny, what's your weight for?
I was just about to say, it's like, what would the status effect technically be on this bear with these changes? Is it just restrained? Or is it like no movement? Is that
I'm
the
considering it
only
restrained, but also heavily distracted, and considering it's 2 intelligence.
And then I'm gonna use 1 bardic inspiration to cast a flourish to do sorry. My flourish is where is that? For a I'm gonna use a slashing flourish. I use extra damage to I use defensive flourish, sorry. Defensive flourish. I can expend one bardic, I can use 1d8. Where is that? 1d8, and then I add that to my armor class. And it puts the d8 is extra damage, plus I add the number I rolled on the d8 to my armor class.
Okay, roll your damage.
That's 6, so I am now at armor class 20. But it was an extra 6, and then I roll my regular damage, which is 1d6 plus 4. So that's 3, 4, 5, 7. So 7 plus 6. That's 13. Lucky number 13.
You just slash at this thing, and as you do, you go clean through it. You get ready to defend yourself or whatever you need to, and you just see it collapses to the ground, and then the form of it just begins to shrink. And what is revealed is a young dwarf. Hard to tell if he's a teenager or a young adult, but definitely
Did I just kill a
dwarf.
kid?
He is currently just kind of like half collapsed, like on his hands and knees, and
Please
it
tell
is
me I
actually
didn't
his
just
turn right
murder a
now.
child.
So as he comes back, he goes, dude, Uncle Phil, this is not funny. Why aren't you helping me, dude? And you just hear laughing and clapping from the room. None of you have fucking looked inside behind the bear. And looking inside is just this huge dwarf. He's like 5'3", and like Schwarzenegger build dwarf. He's a monster for a dwarf. You're like, what the fuck? He is kind of balding, but also just shaved on the sides, pulled back into a kind of lazy, thinning ponytail. Just looks like this big, tough son of a bitch, and he's just sitting at a table with his feet up. There's just a shield and a warhammer on the table next to him, and he just starts laughing and clapping. And after a couple seconds, he kind of collects himself, and he just goes, "All right, you cunts." All right. That's all he does for now. He just kind of takes a second to collect himself. And the dwarf kid on the ground just goes, "Dude, come on!" And he just grabs this pouch and he just throws it up into the air. And I need Quilly, I need Val, and let me see what the range is. I need everyone in the room, actually, to give me a Constitution saving throw. He nat one his own save. Hilarious. So on brand.
Pretty sure Milo rolls with disadvantage.
Milo rolls with disadvantage for sure.
He doesn't see it.
Yeah, you have no idea this is happening.
12.
7.
Okay, Blair.
What is up with the if we have the
Inspiration
words?
die?
You do have inspiration die.
I rolled a
And it's
2.
the end of the
That.
session. You might as well just fucking use
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna use mine,
Inspiration's
like,
a D8.
fuck
Yes,
it,
sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just. That's a 7. So that's an additional 7. So.
Oh yeah. I'm actually gonna use my D8 as well.
A dirty 20 with the inspiration.
Dirty
I'm
20.
at 14.
14.
Oh, I'm sorry, 22.
9.
That number was no.
I
20,
did
20
12 for con, so that's
Okay, so high for you too. Quilly, you got a 9.
So dirty 20.
And 14 on Milo. Okay, so Valen and Adrian, you are miraculously not affected by this. However, Quilly, the bag just hits you right in the face and just explodes backward, and just this sandy dust just kind of explodes out into the air. And immediately, this kid just starts coughing and hacking and choking and wheezing. So do you. And Milo, on top of everything else now, you reach over, you grab this thing, you're just like, fuck, and you just start coughing so hard you think you might die. Like, all right, you lot. Fun's over. Boss man, Yeah. Yeah. And upstairs, you are all in the middle of this spiel that is happening, and he is still going on about these dragons, and suddenly he just kind of stops. You see, he kind of tilts his head for a second, his eyes flash. He just kind of chuckles under his breath and shakes his head. Stops for a moment, holds up a finger to you all. See his eyes flash again. Oh, goodness! This is who you sent! Performance unsatisfactory across the board. Sylphine, I know you can do better than this. Well, gigs up. I know. This is quite horrible. Let's go see your friends. And he just kind of grabs all three of you. He's, trust me. Don't resist. And you all appear again. You can try if you want.
So he grabs me?
Yeah, not like forcefully, but he just kind of like reaches out. He still seems weirdly jovial about all of this.
Am I going to?
Tell me, you have 3 seconds.
You better go with them, dude. Fuck.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, fuck it. I don't risk
Okay.
it. Yeah,
You can throw up
Uh,
on him when.
Just because it's hilarious, I will let you opt into vomiting if you want to on this one.
Yes, I'm gonna vomit on him.
Suddenly, in the middle of this, you see this massive fucking dwarf just says this, and just like a few seconds later, Mr. Morsashi and the rest of your party appear in room D, but you hear them land behind you, and he's still just like laughing and clapping.
I have my pistol out at Morsashi. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Oh, please shoot me. I don't give a fuck. I think you saved my life. I do appreciate the attempt, though, dear. He looks over at Tinny. No. Well, you see, you failed. However, I still kind of want to show you the exhibit. Again, I spent all week getting ready for it, and who cares if old Pericles doesn't want to show up tonight? It's fine. Yes, but we'll.
To be fair, I was interested in the exhibit.
Yes. Oh my goodness, it's incredible. I mean, absolutely just breathtaking. And the kid is still just coughing and hacking and wheezing, and so are Milo and Quilly. And he just looks down at Milo, and it's about this time that you regain your senses. And how long does this last for? Okay, each of you give me another save. Con save.
Even if you pass it, just want to make sure.
Those who failed. Sorry. Quilly and Milo.
8.
Was that 8?
9.
9? Milo?
How's it down?
Did you say a 1?
Yeah. I rolled
my
a 2,
God.
but I have a
You rolled a
negative
2.
1.
That's so bad. The two of you are just hacking. He also failed it, so the three of you are still just going crazy. And he kind of pushes in. He picks up. He actually fully picks up Milo. that boy kind of starts patting you on the back. He kind of smells and like sniffs the air. Ah, yes. Well, I'm afraid this won't help. You'll work it out, my friend. And he's just like hardly containing himself. He finds this so fucking entertaining. And
That's probably for the best.
yeah,
Everybody's in
he
the
stops.
room now, right?
Yeah, you're all there now.
Okay.
unless
I'm just gonna
anyone's doing any
glare.
bullshit.
I'm gonna glare at Kalis with just so much disappointment. Like the disappointment. Like I just fucking hired you guys.
No.
Just
and
because this
trust
is
me,
hilarious, Kalis,
and
your form drops right now.
Yeah.
Ah.
And
And as soon as
trust
it
me,
happens, Omfeed starts cracking the fuck up.
bro, he's looking at Kalis is looking at Adrian and be like, just shaking his head.
Alright, we will
Val
discuss
literally
specifics later. There's no punishment.
Just
You've
sits
just
down.
proven
just sits
yourselves
down,
to be.
takes off his hat and just.
Yeah, as you do, you've proven yourselves to be horribly inadequate for what we were hoping for, but that's probably for the best for you all. But yes, take a moment to compose yourselves. Milo and Quilla, give me another save.
No, we roll 5 ones tonight, right? Right, Mikey?
Yeah.
No, there's like no way.
At 11.
There we go. Okay.
No, none of the three of them succeed at this point. And at this moment, you hear a door opening kind of quickly and like heavy footsteps from like room A. You hear door swings open. There's like labored breathing and a couple quick steps, and then boom! Something hits the ground hard, and you just hear, "Oh fuck, dude! Damn it!" And immediately the big dwarf in the other room just starts dying laughing. Him and Omfeed are just fucking cracking up. But a few seconds later, a third dwarf, also quite young looking, looks like he's definitely brothers with this fucking dweeb who's just on the ground. He's actually at the moment, he has this like shoulder length platinum blonde hair that's just super loose and wild. He has a super thick cop mustache, and like his mutton chops and beard aren't really coming in quite yet, so it's a little awkward. He looks like he's probably like mid-20s, still a young dwarf. He has a black tank top with a logo for a sports team called the Owl Bears, a matching hat. He's just wearing like gray joggers, heavy-duty foot wraps, and sandals. And as he comes in, you can see he's like breathing heavy, and he just has this warhammer just like death gripped in his fucking hand, and he's just like snarling. And he gets a read on the room, and he just goes, "Fuck, dude, I missed it!" And he just throws the hammer back. You just hear it smash into something, and he just starts fucking throwing shit. And Omfrey just goes, "Louis, please control yourself. Don't make me fucking do it again." And Louis just grunts. No,
I can chain this one
it's,
up as well.
No, it's quite all right. I got to watch the whole thing. That was incredible. Whose idea was it to turn Ricky into a polar bear? It was excessive, I will add. But I mean, if we're gonna go to the lengths of building an entire fake basement, you think I keep everything in the same building? Come on. Oh goodness. And so at this point, the three of you finally stop coughing and wheezing, and Ricky just looks up, and he's just like snot running down his face, just like fucking bloodshot eyes just from coughing so hard. And he's this like lanky, he's just like the nerdy version of Louis. And he's wearing this like super over the top, almost like cosplay-ish black cloak that has like way too much fancy colored stuff around the edges to be practical, but you can tell he thinks he's like the shit wearing this thing, and the hood's like could cover his entire fucking face. All right, dude. Fucking, man. Uncle Phil, this is not cool, man. And Omfeed just stands there and just lets them go back and forth for a couple seconds and looks at the rest of you. Right. Would you like to see it?
By the way, I'm not wearing my circlet because I did put it away.
Oh, I'm aware, yeah.
Yeah,
No, you
so
put it
it's
back
just-
on before we went in.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
It was away.
Were you doing it to cover the bleed? Oh, no, you didn't. Okay.
No, because the bleeding was just happening while, yeah. It's not on.
Actually, fun moment for you to bring that up because I was literally just about to address that. He turns and sees you now in your actual form. He kind of cocks his head and stops and smiles. Oh, very poignant, my friend. I do have questions, but first, let's take a look. I'm not teleporting, we're walking. I don't care. I'm over it tonight. Let's go! All right, Ricky! Good try, lad. Stupid idea. Please don't maul people as a polar bear anymore. Oh, goodness. And he kind of just, like, roughly stands him up and just kind of, like, pushes him. Not, like, forcefully, just kind of, like, back into the room. And immediately the dwarf on the inside is just like, if your mum was here, she'd be so proud of you for trying.
He went down in three. He went down with 3 slashes of my blade. She would not be proud of him for trying.
And Omfried cuts in, and he just points at Milo and just starts dying laughing again. Yes, I'm pretty sure he got the better of it. And trust me, Mr. Filbert here, stupid name aside, yes, he would fuck you up. Yes, he would. All right, let's get going. And by the way, it's a very bad plan to have most of your group leave. I mean, come on. You're all so interesting as individuals, and when one of you leaves, I mean, the laughing, that's fine, that's whatever, I hardly noticed. But after that, I mean, did you plan? Like,
Oh,
I'm impressed.
I'm not gonna lie. We absolutely did plan. Kind of went down the shitter.
Yes, never plan. First rule of life. Let's go.
Apparently.
And you have a long, awkward walk back up, all the way back up. You take the lift back to the first floor and you go up, and he's really trying to stop laughing, but it just occasionally catches up with him. And there's like a moment where he has to lean over the railing. And eventually he takes you all back up through everything. And he brings you to another lift. Super fancy arch around this. Pardon me, sorry. And as the lift ascends with you all, doors dramatically and slowly open and reveal massive triangular shaped second floor, and you're kind of on the bottom part of it. It comes to a point where you can't even actually see where it goes because there's another wall and a big door there, a giant stone, dramatic looking one. And first things you see as the doors pull open there are sort of shrine-like exhibits for a number of gods just lining the sides of this. All directly in front of you, actually in the middle of this wider open spot, is Pelor and Grumsh. And the first things you see are in the Pelor display area. You can see that there's really nothing that catches your eye immediately. It's just kind of symbology, and it looks like there's some info if you were to get closer. It's still a bit away. And for Grumsh, there looks like a fairly well preserved, though still kind of rotten, body of this hulking orc, or rather just his head, with an illusion of the body, but this does appear to be a real head. And there's a large bleeding eye carved into the forehead of it. It's not actively bleeding anymore, but you can almost see little traces down the face where it continued to do so for some time. And Kalis, as you see this, you feel a horrible, searing pain across your head, your eyes, your face, your entire mind. Everything goes white. You drop to your hands and knees immediately, and you just hear this deep, low, resonant chuckle. Just replaces all other sensation for a few seconds. And as your senses come back to you, you are trembling, hands are sweating. There is now just a straight line of blood pouring out of it, and little bits coming out of the sides of both eyes. And that is where we will pick up next week.
Hey,
Good job, guys. Heist went well.
good job.
Went off without a hitch.
I think it went great.
Absolutely got through steps 1 through 6. No problem.
It was fucked from the beginning.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
The bathroom idea was so good. But unfortunately, because of certain things,
Mhm.
someone was prepared for that, maybe to be a potential avenue.
Tragic.
And on that note, thank you all for watching and or listening. What a weird way to celebrate 6 months of the Rolling 20s.
Well-oiled machine.
No, this is the only way we can
Sounds
celebrate.
exactly
I
Fucking
never
there's a
got to.
tremendous way.
I never got to
This is the
say it,
only
but I was
way.
like, dude, we're not breaking into a museum at this point. We're just breaking into Santa's workshop.
Yeah.
Well,
We can
we'll
still get the coin.
see what happens next time.
Job was just to get the coin, not sneakily though.
Yeah, and we'll see. Maybe you still can. But with that, with a shaky, bleeding from the eyes Kalis, and
Ooh.
a probably concerned looking group, resume our story. So, happy gaming, and fuck was today. This was crazy.
What the fuck?